Alright, just make sure the volume's good. Alright. Alright, looks like we got it all good there. Okay. Hello everyone, how goes? I am not going to be playing Rain World today. I thought about it, and then I realized that I didn't want to play it today. But also, the online MTGO Vintage Cube is only up for 11 more days. We gotta grind as much as possible. I haven't played any of the past few days, so I figured I'd like to jump back into it, and it just so happened that I was streaming today, so it works out. We're gonna jump into it here in a second. Also, quick FYI, I think last week when I streamed Vintage Cube, I used just some random background music, and then when I posted the VOD to YouTube, I got like a copyright claim. So I'm just using the actual. I just turned on the sound on MTGO, and hopefully it's not too loud. I swear, this is like volume. This is like master volume set to 1 for Vintage Cube, and I still feel like it's like super loud. But nevertheless, we're gonna get into it. Let's see what we got. My last draft that I did a. Oh well, I guess I can't see it anymore because I joined the new draft. But I had a really sweet Luris Companion deck. Oh, so good. I almost 3-0'd. I was 2-0, or like 2-0, 4-0, and then my last match I lost in 3. Very sad. All right. Not to worry though, I will be getting back to Rain World eventually. Just this week I decided I wanted to. I might do, depending on if I'm able to do Minecraft on Sunday, I might do just 3 days in a row of some Vintage Cube. Good first pack. We got a lot to work with here. This is a really good reanimates, flash, um, natural order, anything really. It's just good with everything. And this is like a really good combo card with specifically wheels. I'm inclined to take the Vaultborn because I feel like it's more open-ended. Yeah, let's get the Vaultborn in there. Let's get all the way over the right. Well, so we'll definitely be looking out for like anything that goes with this. Flash would be a good one. Flash, natural order, reanimates, anything like that would be fantastic. Even like sneak attack things, because sneak attack makes you sacrifice it, so you get both the ETB and the death and reanimation of the token or whatever. So looking out for that. Nothing like that in this pack, however. Yeah, this pack's significantly less exciting than my first one, I'll be honest. I think I'm just going to go ahead and grab some sort of cheap interaction piece. I already have a big thing. I think I would want to play with something like... I could also go down like a ramp, monogreen ramp route, but I feel like... Actually, you know what? I will. I'll take the elf for now. I really would like to get some amount of cheap interaction to go with my giant thing, but take this for now. 0. Put that there. Well, that stings. We get immediately a delighted halfling, which is like a much better version of Findoran elves, but that's okay. We could take the halfling and just have 2 1-mana dorks in a row here, but that's also not my favorite. Bitter Triumph is decent as a kill spell plus discard outlet for if I end up getting into Reanimator. Imperial Seal, it's good with like 2-card combos. If I end up getting Flash, it would be really good. Flash or even like Entomb. If I get like an Entomb and Reanimate, this is good. It's not as good if you're just trying to reanimate, because then you have to tutor. You need like a discard outlet, a big thing, and a reanimate spell. So this only gets like 1 of 3 of those things. I think I'm gonna grab the Bitter Triumph, and we'll try down some sort of like reanimation-y path. All right, this pack's interesting as well. We have yet another 1-mana dork, the best 1-mana dork, in fact. But we also have a Shieldred. We have a Frantic Search, another discard outlet that also digs into the deck a bit and basically costs 0. And yeah, that's about it as far as what I would take out. I'm either taking the Dork, Frantic Search, or most likely Shieldred the Apocalypse. You can combo with this one as well. It's also just like a really good card, so I don't really need to combo with it for it to be good. Okay. This pack is significantly less exciting. The best card by far is a red card that I would not want to play in my deck as it currently stands. I could just take like good. This is like a good just green mid-range card. That works as well. Yeah, that's probably fine. I could also take like a black land, but I'm not super interested in playing red right now. Let's grab this. Right now I'm looking like some sort of just green-black mid-range, like the rock style deck. And this pack seems to be leading me even further in that direction. We have a big 3-mana 3/3 beater for green. We have a big green planeswalker, and we have a green what's the original version of this card? 3-mana green creature that finds a basic. It's like a Borderland Ranger, but that can also turn into a saga. Not my favorite, honestly. I think I'm just gonna take the monstrosity. It also mills the monstrosity, so like it can like if I get lucky, I can like mill something big and then reanimate it. So it still like, kind of goes with my strategy. Okay. These are really late dual lands. Unfortunately, neither are really dual lands that I'm looking for. This is like a landfall card. Probably just gonna take the white. Yeah, I guess so. I also haven't gotten to play with this card yet, so it's like pretty pretty decent. Wow, okay. Our pick 8 of pack 1 has like multiple cards we'd be interested in. Guy's Cradle can do some good stuff. Lutri is just busted. And Natural Order, one of the cards I said I was on the lookout for. So, Pillager's Bog is also a decent tutor because you can set it up, and then the turn you need to tutor, you pay 0 mana for it, and then get the thing you want and immediately play it. So this is also a really good card, but Natural Order is basically exactly what the Doctor ordered. And we also get the Underground Mortuary back from our pack 1. A really good land for our deck. Obviously both of our colors, but also a Surveil land. So we can fill our graveyard up. Basically no better land we could get. Actually, I'm going to leave that over there for now in case I get something for here. We could be like a Jund mid-range deck with a Bloodbrain's Challenger. Yeah, I'm not feeling like the mid-range plan is really for me. Let's take the Green Suns here. Put it at like here, I guess. We have an Unearth. It works on a couple of our creatures already. We can also take another green dual land, but I think this is going to be decent in our deck in the end of the day. Guess we can take this in case we get into white here. We're not much of a weenie deck. Although Sylvan Safekeeper doesn't do much, so I'm just going to take the land in case we splash. Alright. If we do end up splashing, we do have a decent white card, 2 kind of decent green-white cards, and also a way to find our fixing if we get some, so the white splash is very feasible at this point. Ooh, and a Mox Emerald. Okay. Anything I'm missing out on here? Yet another green-black land. That'd be cool if it wheeled. We have... Worldspine Worm is interesting because I already want Flash, and this is like the best Flash target because it just kills them. Well, I suppose it doesn't just kill them. It makes 15/15 power of creatures in play, and that usually gets the job done. Yeah, let's just take... I'm guessing this will wheel, unless someone picks up Flash and then immediately gets this. Which could very well happen. It would be unfortunate, but... Now this is a very interesting pack. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to think about with this pack. So we have the like third-ish best flash target in Torsen. We already have like I think this is probably the second best, and I think World Spine Worm is probably the best. This is probably like the third best flash target. You end up with 7 1/1s and a bunch of cards in hand. But we don't have the flash yet, obviously, so... There's also Pest Infestation as just a very good card. Crabomination and another good Reanimator targets. Time Twister goes well with our Shieldred. Preacher of the Season if we're going more mid-rangey. Raffellos if we want to lean into green more. We have like a lot of cards. I don't think I'm going to take the Torsten though, because if we wield the World Spine and we get the flash, I don't think we need 3 good flash targets. I'm inclined to take just the more generically good card here, being Pest Infestation. What do we got here? Okay, we have another green-black duel, although this is also kind of a green-black duel because it finds our Underground Mortuary, so if I was taking a fixing card, it would be Generous Ent over Blooming Marsh. Swinging Microspawn's more exciting if Gaia's Cradle is on the table, but we already passed on that one, so not as interested there. Mind Twist is a very good card. And we do have some decent mana acceleration. The thing is, at this point, we definitely want to splash blue if we find flash, and possibly even white, so I feel like the fixing element is going to be pretty needed, and currently we have one thing that fixes, so yeah, we're just going to take the Generous Ent. As sad as that is to pass up on a decent card for us. What have we here? In terms of our strategy, we have a Reanimate. The most efficient Reanimate there is, just 1 mana, put something into play from your graveyard. No restrictions. I mean, obviously you have to have enough life to pay for its mana cost. That's, I guess, kind of a restriction, but you can choose any creature in either graveyard. 1 mana just comes back, so probably the best Reanimate. Although you do lose a lot of life if you want something big, so maybe Animate Dead is better. In any case, we're probably taking that. It goes well with our Shieldred, goes well with our Vaultborn. And nothing else really looks that tempting anyway. So, slam that one. That's pretty easy. Here, we have Grist. Is in our colors, obviously. Fills our graveyard decently, and can kill stuff, so... Also seemed kind of like a slam dunk. Also, notably, because it's a 1/1 insect in all their zones in the battlefield, you can, like, reanimate it if you just, like, really need a Grist in play. You can toss a reanimate on that, which is not nothing. That does help. Fabled Passage is also good fixing, but I think Grist is good enough for our deck. I'm just going to take it. We have another green-black duel. We already have one green-black duel, and we already have a way to search it in Generous Ent, so this is, like, slightly less necessary. God, I feel like I'm like generating a lisp, like choking on my spit here. We have Dauthi Voidwalker, which is also a fine card. Nothing wrong with it. It is double black, which is a little harder for us to cast. So maybe it'll come back around. I don't know. We're just going to take the Overgrown Tomb, though. Okay, Corpse Stance is interesting. It's a Jund land. We could splash red, and this would be a good one to get because we already have a way to search it, and it's already 2 of our colors. Plus, we already have another black-red land, so the red splash is not inconceivable. It's either that or Corpse Stance. Right now, we kind of don't have anything that goes well with Corpse Stance. it's pretty easy to find. So I'm gonna go with Corpse Dance. I'm just gonna take it. All right, what have we got here? Got a bunch more dual lands. This one is Naya, so we can splash red or white with it. There's also Hedge Maze is another forest land that also can be searched and generates blue mana. Carnage Interpreter is good, although not, I think, in our deck. I think I'm just going to take the Hedge Maze here. All right, World's Mind did come back. So did the Verge. Both the cards I was looking at came back. This tells me that Flash has not been opened yet. I mean, if anyone had Flash, they would snap this off. There's like no better card. So I'm going to take it and hope that I get Flash in pack 3, which it should be pretty easy, right? We have all the good Flash targets. And yeah, take the World's Mind. All right, this pack. We did get 2 things back. We got either Rafellas or Preacher here. Yeah, well, seeing as how all of our dual lands so far are forests, I think I'm just going to take the Rafellas. Exile 6 cards. Seems doable. I could also take more fixing. I could also take... Oh yeah, this is like the Dark Confidant. You know, let's just take the Bronco here. I haven't got a chance to play with this card yet either. Ugh. Excuse me. Yeah, not getting anything back here. That's fine though. We have a decently playable deck as it stands. We could probably scrap something together with just our first 2 packs. So it's looking pretty good for our deck. We already have Natural Order for our big green creatures, but obviously Flash would make it 10 times better because Natural Order only gets them out of the deck if they're in our hand. We want to be able to put them into play, get their effects. Okay, so I guess I should have picked up the Lightning Greaves maybe, because I forgot Nadu was in the cube. Lightning Greaves and Nadu is kind of sick. But now knowing that there's no Lightning Greaves left on the table, or Lava Spur Boots, I think that one got passed as well. It gets a lot less enticing. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll wheel like a Rumble to fill our graveyard or something. There's not really much in that I care about wheeling though. Still no Flash. This pack's pretty decent. We have a lot of playables at this point. Most of what I care about right now is either Flash or mana fixing. Everything else is kind of superfluous. It's very unnecessary to get any more like good cards. However, this pack has no Flash nor mana fixing, so I'll probably just take Oko. Although cheap interaction is really good if I'm like going all in on a 4 mana sorcery. Oko is just like really good value though. Plus I have a Dork and a Mox. Yeah, I'll just take the Oko. Plus this might wheel anyway. People don't respect Spell Pierce. Still no Flash. Underground Sea is 2 of our colors. This is a discard outlet. This... Oh, alright. This would be good too. Self-mills and then lets us get back permanence. Also, I didn't know this. That's a cool inclusion in the cube. I like that a lot, actually. Let's just take the Underground Sea. There's a bunch of like decent cards. Nothing that I'm super worried about missing out on. Just take the fixing. Still no Flash. I'm starting to sweat a little bit here on the Flash. see here. Crater Hoof is another natural order target. Although I don't think we even need another natural order target. I mean, we already have 2 ginormous things. What is this? Green, blue, red. Still no red cards I'm interested in. Does this do anything with our deck? Not really. I guess this does something with like Vaultborn, but that's about it. Yeah. I'm just going to take the Greater if I get... Oh, actually, you know what? I lied. I'm going to take this random Graveyard Hate card so that I don't lose. I just don't need more giant things. It's fine. I just take a random Graveyard Hate card and it'll be better overall. It'll win us more games. We have another Dual Land Forest. Still no red cards I want to play though. So you got Removal Spell. What are we at playable wise? Can I have like 5? Still need like to add in like 1-ish playable, right? Because we have this counts as a land, this counts as a land, and 4 there, so we're like 20. Yeah. So we would add like 3 cards. I'll just grab Ignoble. It makes 2 of our colors and is a 1-mana dork, so decent enough. Interesting pack here. So we have Lurrus of the Dream Den, which for us is basically 1 black. We can't companion it, but we can do 1 black, play it, and then immediately play back some random value-y card, which is not nothing. We have Convoke, destroy a creature or planeswalker. Can't really play this in our deck, although this is the best card in the pack. This one's also pretty decent. We can't really play most of the like good cards from this pack, unfortunately. This one is just like a Crucible of Worlds. I'll just take the Lurrus. We might not even play it, honestly. Wow, we actually whiffed on the flash. That's really sad. I feel like it must have just not opened it, because there's no way that this fully wheeled pack 2 from this. That was like in like the first or second pack I saw, went all the way around the table and no one took it. So either flash was not opened, or someone like took Torsten plus flash like randomly. Oh no, actually wait, we have one more. We get one more look to find the flash. Could be next pack, you never know. Yeah, I don't know. None of these cards are super exciting. I'll just take the Subtlety. Although I don't even have enough blue cards to make Subtlety work. Whatever. Dang, we actually whiffed on flash. I'm very, very unfortunate. So we'll still play these because they're just big green cards that work with natural order, but they are way better if we also have flash in our deck to get the insta wins. Got Channel. Channel's not like super necessary with our deck. Like, I don't know. Got Collective Brutality and we got Death Rage Shaman. Let's have another land. I'm just gonna take the Shaman though. Like, I don't know. These are super exciting. Yeah. What are we at? Now we have like basically enough playables as is. We don't have to add anything else. Nadu is fine. Agatha's puts counters on my guys and gives them activated abilities. I actually have a decent amount of activated abilities on my creatures. Let's just take the Agathas. I don't know. No artifact synergies. Let's take the Consider. Oops. That's not what I meant to hit. Here. I don't know. Grab this. Although we probably won't play it since we don't have that much red fixing. I actually do have like kind of a decent amount of red fixing between Ignoble, 2 lands there, and maybe I should have taken that What was one? I think I passed up on the Jund land or something. Can't remember. It's one of those. All right. On to deck building. What we cooking with here? So yeah, the only card that we really would have wanted that we didn't get was Flash, but it's okay. We can still make a workable deck for certain. What do we have playable wise right now? We have 4 lands. We have 2 pseudo lands. And we have 10 slots available. So that would put us at like 16, well, 14 actual lands, 2 pseudo lands. So like 16 of normal is like 17 land-ish cards. So I could make 1 cut and just add 11 basics rather than 10. Is there anything here that I wouldn't want? I think it is sad, but I think this is still playable with natural order. If we draw it, sucks. I guess technically if we draw it's not even that bad because this is one of the ones that shuffles in. So if we find a way to like discard it, we can still shuffle it in and then natural order or something. Although I guess we don't really have any discard outlets, huh? Yeah, we have 0 ways to discard other than, I guess. Oh no, we have Bitter Triumph. Bitter Triumph. There we go. That's what we're doing. This is definitely still good enough. Yeah, all the X spells are decently good. Shieldred. Didn't end up finding any synergies for her, but just kind of a busted card. Did we want to consider splashing red here? A black-red and a red-green. And our red cards we would be playing, it's basically just Slimefoot and Squee. So this is good if we have like big things to bring back with it. Which is basically just Vaultborn. Because World's Mind doesn't work. It shuffles in, it's never, and this is only a sorcery speed ability. So I never get a chance to bring it back. We can do Vaultborn with Slimefoot. We can do like Generous Edge. We can do Shieldred. Anything less than 4 mana, it's like kind of not worth it for this. It's better if you have one of these. So we have like 3 okay targets. Really only 2 good targets because Generous Edge is pretty unexciting. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. Plus, I would like really screw with our mana, having to try to get black, red, green on turn 3. So let's just play green, black, splashing blue for this singular Ancestral Recall. But it's basically free because we have like 2 blue lands here, and we have like 2 different things that make blue between Deathrite and oh no, I guess this is a different hierarchy. It does not make blue. Oh no, we're also splashing blue for Oko. Oh. Yeah, I guess our blue splash is a little iffy. Got like 1, 2, 3, 4 ways to make blue mana, essentially. It's not my favorite. Also, Deathrite might not even be that great. I just realized we didn't really pick up any fetch lands, so the only lands we'd be exiling are our opponents, or if we like self-mill ourselves lands with like Grist or Monstrosity or something. So it's very rarely going to be a mana dork on turn 1. I suppose we could also like surveil a land to the graveyard or something, but sacrifice another creature, get a land onto the battlefield tapped. This is probably good enough. We have enough cheap creatures that I think this is going to be decent. Oh, right, we had to Raphelos. Did we end up doing a decent enough job? I think we have enough for Raphelos to work. And I think I will just go for 1 cut here. I think I want to keep the Oak because I want to play Ancestral for sure. And if I'm already like stretching my mana base to make sure Ancestral works, I can throw an Oko in pretty easily. So Agatha's. Exile target card from a graveyard. When a creature is exiled, put a counter on a creature you control, and then they have all activated abilities of creatures exiled with it. Oh, I just realized something. Can I grist Agatha's? I guess so, huh? Because, like, he's a creature in the graveyard, and also once he's underneath the Agathas, he's still a creature because he's in exile. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm going to keep the Agathas then. That's enough alone, but then I also have some other, like, random things. I can give them White's ability. I can give them Raphaelis' ability. I can have them all be graveyard hate, I guess. Mana dorks. Yeah, this is definitely good enough in my deck. This actually might be one of the best Soul Cauldron decks I've had for Cube. I don't think I've ever drafted it before, but just this setup seems like a really good Soul Cauldron setup. Let's just cut the Luris. Actually, you know what? 1 black for get access to some random stuff isn't even that bad. Let's actually keep Luris. Let's cut something just like generically okay. Right, so this is by itself a Dark Confidant. It's 2 mana 2/2. When it attacks, you reveal the top, put it into your hand, lose life equal to cost. But if you saddle it for 3, then your opponent loses the life. How often well, I do have a 2 mana 3/3 right here, so yeah, I'm gonna be able to saddle it pretty consistently. I kind of do like keeping this then. And Unearth works really well. Man, I don't want to cut anything. Can I just keep all my cards? Can I just play like 1 fewer lands than I should? Is that an option? I mean, it is. It is literally an option. I just don't. Actually, I just realized I never found anything for Corpse Dance. What am I doing? This card kind of sucks in my deck. Yeah. I mean, I guess. Wait. Okay, so technically, this is a trigger, so I can do the Eldrazi thing, where, like, this goes to the bin, and then in response, I Corpse Dance it, but that's so specific, and I don't even have, like, an Entomb or anything to do it whenever I want, so, yeah, that looks much better. Let's keep the Luris, for sure, get rid of the stupid Corpse Dance, and then we're going to throw in 11 basics, mostly forests because of Raphaelis. So we have 1 island, so it gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a few other, like this one can find a land if I sack a creature, a few other ways, but like 5 really solid ways to get blue mana. That's probably fine. In fact, I might not even need the island. For black, I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's also probably fine. 1, 3, 7. I think that's probably fine. Let's do that. 1, 3, 7. And we have 15 lands plus a Mox and a Genercent. All right. I'm ready. I'm ready to send it. Very excited to play with Vintage Cube once again. It's been a few days, like I said, so it's going to be fun. Sure, I was like, my shirt collar is all weird. No, it's because it's missing a button. Just kind of flopping down there like that. I'll try to keep it up if I can. Oh, it's so loud. All right. Man, World Spine's in hand. That sucks. We still have Manadork natural order, but World Spine's in hand. This hand's almost perfect. Important for the fact that this is not in our deck to get. We can still get the other thing, Vaultborn, but it would be way cooler if we could just turn 2 or turn 3 drop a World Spine. Caustic Bronco. Okay. Now we have a decision here. I was going to go grab Raphaelos, but Caustic Bronco does let us draw cards. Just in case they kill, I want to have a green creature next turn guaranteed. So I think I am going to still do the original play. But that's definitely not a bad draw. I don't mind that. Let's get Raphaelos. Nothing else is better here, right? I can like... Yeah. So grab Raphaelos, put it in play, pass the turn. And no matter what he kills now, I'm going to untap with a green creature and 4 mana. So natural order, here we come. The real question is if he does nothing. Soul Ring. Would I still order? He's blue here. Oh, he's not scouring. He mills Shieldred and Deluge. Deluge is a good one to know about. Currently milled though, so that's good. We did it. We found the Bitter Triumph for the combo. Do I actually, is that even worth? Wait, I could technically do that. I could Bitter Triumph my own creature, discarding Worldspine Worm, and then I'd be able to natural order in the Worldspine Worm. Is that better than... I guess I can probably just hard cast Worldspine Worm in a turn or two with this anyway. No, okay, I'll still natural order for whatchamacallit, for the other thing, Vaultborn. But that is cool that I could if I wanted to. So let's do this. I'll go natural order, leaving a black floating, sacking my Ignore. Put Vaultborn Tyrant into play. Let that ability resolve so I gain 3 life and draw. I'll play that Forsaken Room and use black and 1 to play my Caustic Bronco. Then I'll pass. Alright. No Worldspine Worm, but it is still pretty decent. And like I said, we're not even that far off of just hard casting this because we have Raphaelos and 3 forests. So we already have like 6 mana right there. He's going Frantic Search to start. Oh, his own Vaultborn Tyrant. He's also some sort of Reanimator style deck, it looks like. He's going to exhume his Vaultborn. Okay, yep, that resolves. Guess we get back our Ignoble or whatever. then he gets 2 gain a life, or gain 3 and draw. He's killing the Rafellos. That stinks, but what can you do? Okay. Drew our Ancestral Recall. Okay. Guess we'll start with that, huh? See what we get here. Land, huh? So this is interesting. I can Bitter Triumph to kill his Vaultborn. Then he draws. I would really want to draw with Caustic here, but I also want the Exalted trigger so that my Vaultborn... I guess it's not even that bad, though, if my Vaultborn dies. Like, would almost rather him trade. How do I want to do this? I think I'm going to go ahead and attack with both. Let the trigger happen, and then I'll Bitter Triumph if he blocks my Caustic. Go ahead and attack with both, not you. Then I'll let the Caustic trigger resolve. We are going to get a land off of it, so we take no damage. See how he blocks here. He would like to trade Vaultborns, and I am actually fine with that. Yes, that's fine. So his comes back, he draws a card, gains 3 life, and then mine will come back, and I'll draw a card, gain 3 life. I get my Green Sun Zenith again, which I can do for up to 3 here. Which can get me Grist, Luris, or sorry, no, it can't get me Luris because it's not green. You can get me Grist, Whites, Rafellos is dead. Give me Whites, Keen-Eyed Curator, Grist, Ursine Monstrosity, or Sentinel of the Nameless City. I think I'm just going to get Grist here and try to kill his Vaultborn, I think. Okay. Let's cast this for X is 3. And I think I'm just going to grab the Grist. Then... yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just try to kill his Vaultborn. I'm going to sacrifice, I guess, Ignoble here. And then just kill his Vaultborn Tyrants. And then I'll pass turn. Let's go ahead and auto yield through his turn here. Okay, it could have been better, could have been worse. I'm actually glad it worked out this way where he blocked and traded Vaultborns rather than killing my Bronco. Because this way, even if he reanimates the Vaultborn here... oh, he's playing Grief. Okay, so he's gonna make me discard Bitter Triumph or Worldspine Worm. Here's my Bitter Triumph, which makes sense, because this card basically isn't a card. And is this what he reanimates? No, Baleful Strix. Okay, that's interesting. I figured when he traded Vaultborns, he had a way to reanimate his, but I guess not. Okay, so we got an Oko. Not bad, not bad. Obviously, I'm going to start by milling myself just to see what I get here. I'm going to create mill a forest, sure. And... I will hedge this and just see what's on top here. I can mill a forest. That's fine. Go ahead and cast my Oko. Okay, so he has a Death Toucher. How do I want to do this? So if I make this a 3/3, he just free blocks here. Whereas if it stays a 1/1 Death Touch, he trades with whatever he blocks. And also he has a Menache attacker and a flying attacker. I'd rather keep Grist alive if I can. Oh jeez, how do I want to do this? I think I'm going to leave his creatures alone here. I am just going to attack with Bronco alone. I guess I shouldn't have played Oko then. If I should have done this attack first. But that's okay. I'm going to attack with just Bronco and see what I flip. Take 6. Nice. That's fine though, because I had gained a decent bit of life here. And looks like he is not blocking. Okay. In that case, I could make my insect into a 3/3 if I wanted. I'm just gonna create a food for now. Alright, we're looking pretty good then. I would say he probably doesn't have Reanimate because he would have just played it last turn if he had one. So I'm confused about what's in his hand. It could just be that he has, similar to me, just like some big creature in his hand and it's like lands. Like it's possible we're just in the exact same scenario where kind of what we have on board is what we have to work with, but I guess we'll see. Oh, another discardy card. Choose a non-creature, non-land. Okay, so he's not gonna grab anything from me. So he just gets a 1/2 flyer basically. And he can't actually kill my Grist or my Oko here unless he has some sort of trick. That's fine. I guess he's just doing this so I can't downtick the Grist. That's interesting though. I would have thought he wanted to keep this back as a blocker. Okay, I'm not going to cycle here though. I already have plenty of lands and I'd rather just have a literal 6 cost 5/7 at this point. Also it has reach, I just realized, so blocks his flyers. Didn't even realize that, but I guess it makes sense. He's a big tree. Let's uptake Grist. First things first. We will mill a Agatha's and make another insect here. Alright, what do I want to do? I still don't care about any of his creatures. I think what I'm going to do... Oh, that's right, I can take his creatures if I want. That costs... Oh no, that have power 3 or less. So I could actually take his grief here if I wanted. Is that better than... Because then he dies next turn. I'd rather just keep him in play. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Elka Food. And then I'm going to, whatchamacallit? Saddle, that's the word. Saddle with the food I just made. And then let's move to combat. And attack with Bronco and Voltborn. Alright, now he'll take the damage from the CMC of my thing instead of me. Oh, he's got a flash creature? What does he have? Oh, 5 mana? What is... Draw 4, discard 4, create a spirit for each type among the discarded cards. Interesting. I saw this card in the cube and I didn't know what it was. Seems okay, I guess. I guess the best case scenario here for him is that he just makes 4 1/1s and like kills both my creatures, which would definitely stink actually, and that would really not be my favorite. Although it looks like that's not happening because he's thinking about which cards to discard here. That is a cooler card than I think I gave it credit for. When I saw this, it was like a... I think what happened is I looked at this card, saw that the set symbol was Crimson Vow Commander, and was like, whatever. I just didn't even read it. It's like fine. It's not even that good though, right? Like 2 mana instant speed. You draw and discard, so you end up down a card in hand. I guess you always end up down a card in hand. Right, shocked him for 2 with my Bronco trigger. Okay, what did he discard? He discarded Twister, Grave Titan, Life Death, and Gristlebrand? Oh my god, wait. He discarded Life Death. What does he have? He has 2 cards left in hand? That's terrifying. Okay. Well, the good news is I drew a Graveyard Hate piece off of the Caustic Bronco trigger. So it's actually like not even that bad here. I can just kind of... You're not going to put that there? Oh, you're putting the Grief there. Does he want his creatures in the graveyard? I don't understand. Why not just block with Freeboot or Spirit? Okay, that's fine. Go to damage. You take 6. Post-combat here. I've used both my things. I'm going to go ahead and double green for Keen-Eyed Curator. And I have 3 activations up, but there's no reason to play a tap land, so I'm just going to play another untapped land and leave up 4 activations of the Curator just to be extra super ultra safe that I don't somehow lose to a giant reanimate spell from him. What does he have? I mean, he already used Exhume. So, discard Relic of Sauron, Bitter Triumph, Oko? Okay. That's super weird if he... Imperial Seal? There's no way he discarded Life Death to keep Bitter Triumph to kill my Oko. Like... That's wild. Okay. Yeah, I guess Imperial Seal away. That cannot be right. There's no way that's correct. I guess he gets rid of both my Planeswalkers, but even still, I don't think that is possibly worth it for him. Alright, yep, kills Grist. That's fine. Yep, that's fine. Go crazy with the exiling. Let's go Gristlebrand. And then I believe I have to have basically card types, right? Yeah, 4 more card types. So let's go ahead and also get, I don't know, Bitter Triumph as an instance. We'll get Life Death as his sorcery. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. That was a wild decision making on his part. He could have just like animated Gristlebrand and see what he drew. Instead, he wasted all of his cards in hand to kill my Oko and then pass and then die. We'll take it. We'll take it. Let's run it back. I really don't have anything sideboarding against this deck, so we're just gonna run it back. That was a long first game. 10 of my minutes and 8-ish of his. It's like an 18-minute game 1. Much worse hand than our first one. We still have Ursine on 3 as our first play of the game. Although Reanimate against the Reanimator deck is actually kind of nice. If I get lucky here, drop something into his bin early, and then I can reanimate it myself. Oh, yeah, please. Oh, dang. He nailed Frantic Search Swamp. Oh, that could have been good. We still got chances, though. He can still mill something good. Let's go ahead and Surveil. Go ahead and just put that on top. Go ahead and turn to grab a mana dork. And then we actually can natural order on turn 3 still, so that's actually not bad. Ah. Alright. We have... he has all his colors now. But he's passing. Okay. Interesting. Well, I'm just gonna cast the Green Suns. I'm not gonna wait. And assuming this works, I'm just gonna get like Ignoble Hierarch, or maybe there's a Llanowar actually, since I'm planning on sacrificing anyway. Keep the other ones in my deck for now, just in case. Plays another Swamp. Double black. Is this him? I would really hate if he hymns my natural order. Pretty please don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, Collective Brutality. Grab an instant or sorcery and -2/-2. Okay. That does stink, but at least we get to keep the Ursine. So we still have a bit of a game. Oh, I didn't grab my natural order. Okay. I'd much rather he grab the reanimate than the natural order. Alright, then I get my turn. We have a Raphellis. I'm just going to drop a Beacon Force, though. And we're going to slam our Ursine Monstrosity. And go ahead and go to combat, mill a card or something. Just always yield to this. So I got mill a card, he gets +1/+1 and indestructible. Or not even +1/+1, it's +1/+1 for each card type. So right now it's already +2/+2. We milled a Deathrite Shaman, sure. Go and yield through this guy's turn. The reason I didn't just play Raphellis there, and I actually went ahead and played my Ursine, is because even if I did play Raphellis, it's likely that I wouldn't be able to double spell my next turn anyway, right? Because I would have... I guess I could have, technically. But it's likely they would have just killed it, where it's a lot harder for him to kill this. And also, I'd rather him kill this than my Raphellis. Alright, so he didn't do anything. What's the play here? I'm going to go straight to combat without playing anything. We'll see what I mill, see what he does. It's going to get indestructible here, too. So if he wants to do something, he has to do it, like, now. He's holding priority in my first main phase, so he has something. He has pay 3 life for Bitter Triumph. Okay. Yep, that's fine. And in that case... I'd still rather play Oko than my only natural order target remaining. Will not shock. We'll just go ahead and play the Oko. If he counters it, whatever. I'm not that worried. Oh, he didn't counter it. Okay, well, we have an Oko taking up now. He has Occult Epiphany for 1. Draw, discard, 1/1. Sure. He discards Voltborn. Okay. And we'll go ahead and pass the turn here. The only thing I could see being kind of good about Occult Epiphany over something like the generic version or whatever is that you can instant speed it like he did, where he holds up all his mana, and then if he doesn't end up needing it, he goes like Occult Epiphany for 1, ditch the card I actually care about. Wait, he's targeting not his Voltborn, but my Ursine Monstrosity? Sure. Oh, I see. That makes sense. He didn't want to give me back my Ursine Monstrosity with Exhume. Okay. I'll grab Deathrite Shaman. Grab his Voltborn. Yep, that's fine. So he gains 3, draws 1. Then he mills with my Ursine a Relic of Sauron. Already getting to a 7/7. That's scary. And smacking Oko for 1 here. It's fine. Alright. The question now is, do I sacrifice Oko for getting the Ursine back here? I'm thinking yes. Drew a forest, okay. So my options, if I exchange control here, I can get my Ursine back, give him a food, and then he still is left with the Vaultborn because I won't be able to elk it. That really stinks, actually. I guess I'm going to natural order for World Spine Worm anyway, so him having a Vaultborn isn't the absolute worst. Yeah, okay, it's fine. So I'm going to play Forests. I'm going to exile a land from him. And I'll make a mana. And then I'll go ahead and just... These both make green. Okay, good. I'm going to go ahead and natural order away my Death Ray Shaman. See what he has. I'm doing this first in case he has like Spell Pierce or something. Okay, he doesn't have anything. So yeah, I'm just going to get the World Spine Worm. And then I'm going to go ahead and give him my food in exchange for my Ursine Monstrosity. And then I'm going to play Raphellos here, and we'll go to combat, mill ourselves. Pest Infestation, sure, and pass turn. So I'm hoping if he has nothing, he should just be dead on my next turn here, because I have a ton of trample power. He has Land Imperial Seal. That's not going to do it, unfortunately. He's just dead, right? Like, I guess he's not technically dead. No, because this he shouldn't have played this. Now he actually is dead because he's losing 2 life from this. I don't think he was dead before. I think he's dead now. Because before, this was going to be a 6/6. He could even block trade there, and then this would block this, and he'd take only 15. But now he's going to go to exactly 15, right? And it's going on top, so he can, oh no, never mind. He has my food token, so he'll be at 3, I guess, and then back up to 6 after he gets a copy of this. So okay, he's not actually dead. That would have been funny though if he just like died by playing an Imperial Seal that he didn't have to play. Sacks my food right away. Yep, makes sense. Okay. Alright, I didn't draw anything, and I have no flashback, so we're just gonna play land and go straight to combat. We're gonna mill Keen-Eyed Curator and attack with these. So if I attack with everything, again, he can block 6 of it, block 2 of it, take 15, he'll be at 3. So there's no point in attacking with Raphellos, right? Yeah, I'm not going to attack with Raphellos. I'm just going to attack with these 2. And then smack him for a trillion here. He blocks and his guy dies. Yeah, looks good. Then that guy comes back. And he gains 3, draws a card. And I'll just pass. Alright, so he has the card he tutored, and then 1 additional card that he just drew to work with. He has nothing really big in his graveyard other than the Vaultborn. And he doesn't have Exhume. I know he has Life Death. Does he have any other reanimates that don't cost him life? If he has like Animate Dead, that'd be really good, because then he'd reanimate this, both Vaultborns trigger, he gains 6, draws 2. Okay, starting by going to combat here. Passing the turn. Okay. Interesting. So there's some sort of instant speed interaction. Well, I just keep drawing lands here, so I am not going to be able to do much. I'm just going to play the land, go to combat, see what he does. Presumably he's killing this before it gets indestructible. Oh no, he's killing my World Spine. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean... doesn't matter how I stack the triggers, just shuffles back in. And then I make 3 5/5s. Okay. Still going to combat. I'm going to mill a generous Ents and attack for 6 here. Okay, once again, he blocks, no damage is taken, and a pass turn. The cards he chooses to tutor are very interesting. Okay, Baleful Strixhaven, it's fine. So he gets another look at something to save him. I mean, he's super dead once again. These all have trample, so... And he did not find anything. We had kind of similar decks. I don't know what was going on with his Imperial Seals, though. He, like, every time he tutored, it felt like he... And game 1, I guess it wasn't a tutor. He, like, Occult Epiphany, drew 4, and then discarded, like, his 4 best cards to keep a removal spell and, like, a... Wild. Okay. Jump back into it. I'll take it, though. I'll take it. Oh, good stuff. First impressions of Ursine Monstrosity, insane. Very, very good beater in mid-range, and the bonus is that it also mills me and can occasionally set up some cool graveyard synergies, so solid card. Also, the downside of having to attack every combat isn't even really a downside, because regardless of what you mill, he always gains indestructible. So there's like kind of no downside to this card. Just every combat, it's a trample indestructible beater that smacks her in the face. Like, I don't know. Seems wild. I get that he was designed for commanders, so the whole choosing a random opponent to attack is supposed to be the downside, but even still, it's just not that much of a downside. Alright, we're gonna keep this. We're going second here, but we have a decent hand here. No reanimates. It would be great if we could find our reanimate with our, because we have Bitter Triumph plus a big thing, but we only have one in the deck and not really any ways to find it, so I'm going to try and play just kind of a mid-rangey game. Can we draw Oko? I'm going to go ahead and play my Mox Emerald. Immediately Forced Cycle my Generous Ents. I'll find my second black mana that I'm going to need in the form of Underground Mortuary. And surveilling Fintorn Elves. So next turn I'm just playing Oko and passing, and then the turn after that I'm playing Shieldred and passing, right? Yeah, I feel like this Fintorn Elves is not going to be important. I'm just going to mill it and chip it. I'd rather dig deeper to find something like actually impactful, like a Natural Order or a Fellows or a Reanimate or literally anything that isn't just a 1-mana dork. I feel like I do not need that right now. Ah, his own Underground Mortuary. Very nice. I like the addition of Nature's Lord of the Cube also. I think that's really cool that they are giving just like a generically good lands card to the lands deck. That's really nice. Hey, we can get the Finhorn Elf back whenever we want anyway, so there you go. For now, though, let us get our Oko Thief of Crowns down. Check out Mega Food Token. Oh, are we getting Subtletied? Dazed, even worse. Okay, well played. Nope, cannot pay. Can't even get that one back with Lurrus because he's 3 mana. No. That really stinks. I was hoping it was Subtlety and I could just play it again. Ancestral Recall. Wow, that's not bad at all. On the bright side, he did go down a land, so we're back kind of like even in mana. Oh, never mind. Why do I speak? Why do I talk out loud? He's back up to 2 mana ahead of us. Alright, we are looking at 3 mana play here. Fanatic of Ronus. Okay, got a mana draw. Into a Skull Clamp. And I assume equipping. Oh, not equipping. That's good, because if I wanted to kill it this turn, it would be really awkward if he was drawing 2 cards out of it. I'm really glad he went to Ponder rather than equip the Fanatic. Although I might not kill the Fanatic at all now, because I'm kind of behind on resources at this point with him ancestraling into Mana Crypt, but alright. I'm thinking... So my options are either like Lurrus, Vintorn Elves, or just play Shieldred. Or I guess I could kill the Fnatic, but then I'd be doing nothing else with my turn, so that's not the look. I have 4 mana now. That would put me up to 5. Next turn I'd have 6. I still can't Vaultborn next turn regardless. However, I could double spell next turn if I lead here with Lurrus. Yeah, let's lead with Lurrus. Play our Lurrus. Replay Fintarns. I guess just pass. And seal through his turn here. He won the flip. Rigged. Rigged. Right, what's he got? This looks bad. It is bad. And the Skull Clamp also cost, and the Nadu going up to 4 power as he equips the Skull Clamp, so the Fnatic caps for 4, so he can equip it back and forth twice. Otawara. Forests. Island. He's ramped 3 times with Nadu this turn already. What the heck? Oh, is he out of Nadus? This isn't non-token? Oh, that's right. I forgot. That's the whole combo. All right, well, let's watch him draw 3 cards for 1 mana a couple times. Was that all? Okay. Remember on my turn when I could have played Shieldred, but I was like, oh, don't worry. I'll play it next turn. Won't be too bad. It was pretty bad. My guy has 11 cards left in his deck, while I have 27. He has drawn a full 16 more cards than me. 5 of which are just in play, because Nadu put the lands directly into play. What a balanced Magic card this was. What a great design choice. What the heck? What were they thinking? Kind of cool in Cube, though. I mean, it's fine here in the setting where everything is kind of busted. The fact that they were like, oh, this will be good in Modern. Oh, guys, are we serious about this? Are we serious about that one? Okay. My guy has 1 trillion mana. Like, I'm just dead. I'm just fully dead. But on the off chance that I'm not dead, also, I just realized the whole reason I did the Luris first instead of Shieldred last turn was so that I could double spell this turn. I don't even have triple black to double spell this turn. Oh my god, what am I doing? I mean, I'm just so unbelievably dead. I gotta play Shieldred. Like, I can kill the Nadu at this point, but it doesn't, like, it almost doesn't matter. He has gotten so much value at this point. I think I just have to play Shieldred and hope that he can't, like, remove it and then kill me. Alright, here's a Shieldred. And pass turn, I guess. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I'm just gonna yield this turn. Okay, so he lost the coin flip from Mana Crypt, took his 2 from Shieldred. What is happening? Oh, that's right. The Scythe Cap Club also targets its creatures by putting a counter on one of them. You know, Lava Spur boots too. That's good. His deck is really well built. He's got the Lava Spur for 1 mana equip, Skull Clamp for 1 mana equip. Played Oko. Sure. Another creature. Which ones has he used? Yeah, he's used 2 on Nadu. That's it so far though, right? He still has like 8 more times he can do that. I guess he can't even do that though. He has 7 cards left in his deck. No blocks, I suppose. So Shieldred got elked. Why is this? Oh, sorry. It looked like this was like not activated. It's like darker for some reason. It's weird. I can play the Vaultborn at this point if I so choose, but I mean, feeling pretty dead here. I can also hold up the Bitter Triumph if I need to. Although, like, what's his end game here? Like, is he gonna, does he have a Thoracle or something? Like, he's legitimately going to deck himself doing this. I don't know. I'm just playing the Vaultborn. I don't know. We'll just hope this works. Is that 6, 7? This is just insane. Get my draw out of it. Never mind. Whatever. Yeah. Main phase in. I guess I might as well swing with both my creatures. Although he has a 1/4 to free block. I'm still gonna swing with both though. Actually, can he kill me? I'm at 15. I guess double the number of counters. Okay. Well, he's probably gonna dump them all on Nadu anyway, right? Like double them, double them, double them, and then I'm dead anyway. So, and I can't block either. Can't block the Nadu anyway. I'll tell you what, I'll swing with just the Luris to gain the life off of it, and I'll just leave Shieldred back as a random blocker. Yep, they'll bounce. That's fine. I at least... Oh, they're not bouncing. I'm eating his... how do I order the blockers? Yeah, that's fine. So I go to 18, I trade with his Fintorn, and I pass. And then, assuming that he doesn't just murder me with his Nadu next turn. Oh, he's drawing a card, sure. Then I guess we'll see what we can do. I don't know. That's wild, though. Don't have any responses. I'll just yield through him. He wins the Mana Crypt flip. It's his 7 colorless. So let's see how many land drops he can make. He only needs like what, 3? It goes to 7 power, and then 11 power, and then 19 power, right? Yeah, Yeah, so he only needs 3 triggers of the Psychic Cat Club. Oh, wait, what? I thought it doubled. Put a counter target. Oh, if it's the second time in his ability. So he can only double a single time in a turn. Oh, okay. No, I misread that then. That's... Okay. So he can't kill me this turn. Oh, wait, never mind. He just made all his creatures like +2, +1/+1 and trample. Okay, no, I am just dead. Well played, sir. Well played. Let's just see what the life total is. I'm curious. -7. Nice. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and see. So he's like just the full like Simic pure value. I really don't have many sideboarding options. I could sideboard some red cards in. The only thing I have though is a Slimefoot and Squee and an Ember Shield Breaker. This can technically destroy his like 1 mana equipments, but it's very likely that the turn he plays them is the turn he's using them to go off. So this being a sorcery means that that kind of doesn't even matter. Alternatively, I can also Corpse Stance. That doesn't really matter. I can Treachery. I can technically Treachery. Treachery is a real thing I could try. I could swap out a forest for an island, get a couple more blue sources in there, or a single more blue source in there. I Treachery, and then hopefully I can like Treachery one of his like value pieces and survive long enough to do stuff. I don't hate that. Although that also is a sorcery speed thing. Like if he just goes off all in the same turn, I'm just kind of out of luck. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and... How many blue sources do I have right now, actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5-ish blue sources. Yeah, that's not enough. So I'm going to go ahead and add basics, drop island into the deck. We'll get a single forest out of there. Treachery in, and I guess my graveyard hate guy can come out. Try this. I think this is better. Like the graveyard guy can be decent, but it doesn't look like he's doing much with his graveyard. And just having like a big creature, like I already have other options for that, so not the most necessary. Against the Reanimator deck, I kept a hand like this, but against his deck, I think I have to mulligan this. Doesn't do enough. This looks good though. Can definitely keep this. Go ahead and keep. What's the plan with this hand? Turn 1 this, turn 2 Green Suns for 2, and then Natural Order the next turn. So I guess this is a hand that has Treachery, but I'm actually gonna bottom since it's not very castable right now. That stinks. All right, we'll send it. He is mulliganing to 6 as well. It looks like. Yeah. Okay. So both mulliganed once. I think that favors him more than me though, because he has just like a ton of value stuff. He goes Island Go. Kind of unfortunate. It means that. Oh, never mind. He's doing something in my upkeep. Oh, I see. He just didn't have to discard. Yep. So he is kind of unmulliganing himself there, unfortunately for us. I'm gonna just go ahead and Green Suns X equals 2. My instinct is just to get Raphellos here. There's also white though, to get more lands into play. I think Raphellos is still just better. Having mana, I feel like, is just always decent. The only reason I would consider getting white here is because I could get the colors that I'm missing. Okay, he goes Fanatic. That's fine. Get a Reanimate. Sure. Okay. Let's go 4 mana. Natural Order my Fin Tornado. Okay, so I want to get World Spine. The only hiccup is that if he has a way to like return it to my hand, it's disastrous. Whereas Vaultborn, at least I get a card out of it. I think in this matchup, though, I just got to like try to kill him as fast as possible. I'm just gonna go for the riskier move and hope it works out. Just gotta yield through the turn here. Like if he bounces it, I'm basically just completely cooked. So we just gotta hope and pray. Or Oko just it. That's actually another reason I could have potentially just gone for the Vaultborn, because again, this would still be bad if I got Vaultborn, but at least then I'd have drawn a card. All right, we can Green Suns for 3 here. I can't currently kill his Oko, so he's just gonna Oko whatever I get. Oh, actually, wait, I could Grist. Grist kills walkers, right? Hello? Sacrifice a creature. When you do, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Yeah, okay. We'll just get Grist and kill his Oko, I guess. Do Green Suns X's 3 here. And we'll go ahead and grab the Grist. And put that into play. And then I will immediately down tick Grist. I'm going to sacrifice my World's in order to kill his Oko, Thief of Crowns. Shuffle in my Worldspine Worm, murder that. And I guess just pass. Yeah, it's turn 4. I still only have 2 lands in play. The Raphaelis is actually kind of saving me here, because at least I can cast my stuff. Well, my green spells, not anything else, but... Alright, so yield through this turn. Likely, though, he's just going to kill the Grist, and we'll be kind of back to square one. Ah, Uvenwold Oddity, yeah. So he'll kill Grist here. Then I can reanimate Grist if I draw black, which I did not. I drew Pest Infestation. Oh, this sucks. This really, really sucks. I think I just have to... It doesn't even do anything. Making 2 pests against his deck does, like, nothing, I feel like. I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to do nothing this turn, and then if he plays an artifact and I can Pest Infestation next turn, it'll be better. Oh, I should have attacked him because I'm not blocking with this guy anyway. Whatever. It's fine. I'll just leave up the mana. Make him sweat a little bit. Casting a Nature's Lore, sure. This is Surveil land, yep. Mills a counterspell. And then for 5 mana. It's interesting. Is he playing his own? Oh, Tireless Tracker. Okay. Sure. Does he have a land for turn as well now to trigger it? He has Lava Spurt. Okay, give it haste. Gotcha. Okay. I'm glad I waited then. At least now I can kill something rather than literally just doing this to make 2 1/1s. Yep. I'm not gonna block. Actually, maybe I should. No, it's not even worth it. I could have blocked and like hope to draw a land for the Pest Infestation, but it's just like I'm doing nothing then if I draw not a land. I did draw a land. I'd say it's a forest land as well, so we get up to 6 mana here. I need 3 for this, which leaves me 3 mana to do whatever I want, really. So I can either Bronco, or I can reanimate, like, does he have anything good? No. I can go, so I go Overgrown 2, Pain the Life. Tapping this for 3, for 5. Oh, but he has Daze in his deck. Okay. This is really bad if he has Daze, but I'm just so far behind, I can't play around anything. I'm just going to kill his boots and pay X equals 2, right? Yep. So I'm going to make 4 little 1/1s. Kill his Lava Spur Boots. Oh. No, he has the force as well. I just can't catch a break, man. I just can't catch a break. This would have been so good. I would have made 4 1/1s, reanimated Grist, sacked one of the 1/1s to kill his thing, and then had blockers to keep the Grist alive. Yeah. Yeah, he just kind of had it all. Yep, it's gonna resolve. I think I still have to reanimate Grist now though, because otherwise I'm literally just dead. Yeah, so I reanimate Grist, go down to 7, kill this, and then I'm not like literally dead at least. Oh, but then I have to sack the Raphaelos to even do that, right? Well, I mean I'm literally dead otherwise, so I might as well. So get back Grist here. This would have worked out really well if you didn't have the Force of Will, but unfortunately. I guess I can also make a 1/1 here. So I like chump block this, he tramples over. I'm still not dead even if I just make a 1/1. Whatever, I'm just gonna sack my Raphaelos. I'm just so dead here. It's past turn. We milled a Forest with our Grist. Go ahead and yield through his turn here. And I mean, if he has anything, we're just dead. But I mean, again, we just can't play around stuff right now when we're in this position in the game. Oh, I forgot that this is monstrous. Or ferocious, so he can just flip this over. Now we are literally dead, right? Because he's got 13. I can reduce it by 1. Yeah. Well played, opponent. Well played. That game 1 was a perfect example of why Nadu is a disgusting card. This game was just, I kept it receiving. I was rightly punished for it. Let's run it back. We are 1-1. And both games, or both matches, have been very one-sided. Match 1 was like, basically there was no way for us to lose. And that match, I feel like there was no way for us to win. So let's see if match 3 can bring a more balanced gameplay to the Vintage Cube. I think I changed tabs like right as that happened. Okay. We're in. We have a interesting hand. We're on the draw, so I think I'm gonna keep. He's also green-black, it looks like, and he has concealing curtains on 1. Okay. For us, I think ooh, that changes. I'm gonna do that then. I was gonna say I'm just gonna Deathrite Shaman, but because we have, I want to have the ability to Green Suns if I want to. So we'll just do this. Best case scenario here is we draw another untapped land and we're able to Green Suns for 2, get our Raphaelos in play. Oh, interesting. Immediately after the Bayou, he plays Meticulous Archive. So he's some sort of like, at least 4 color, possibly 5 color, like good stuff. That's cool. Alright, so I can Green Suns for 1 this turn, but not for 2. I think I'm going to hold the Green Suns. I'm going to go ahead and play my Deathrite Shaman. And I'm also going to cycle Generosent on end step, but for now I'm just going to play... Oh, I guess I should have cycled Generosent first, because now if I keep this on top, I don't get it if I cycle the end. Oh well, I already played it, so... We have a Sentinel of the Nameless City on top. I'm not going to draw it anyway, and I think I'd rather have it in my graveyard than my deck, because I'm certainly not tutoring for it. So I'm actually going to ditch it, and then we'll just pass here. Alright. Yeah, so plain. He's like Psychic Frog. Okay. His deck is very interesting. Psychic Frog pass, it looks like. I am going to go ahead and cycle my Generosent though. Grab some blue mana in the form of Hedge Maze. And let's go back to my turn. Yeah, I guess. Okay, we do another swamp. So I can Green Suns for up to 4 this turn if I want. Which would let us get anything. I guess 4 doesn't really matter because all our green creatures are 3 and under or way more. So I could get Ursine Monstrosity, Grist, or any of the other cheaper ones. Those are all kind of good options. I was gonna get Raphelos. However, interesting. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do here is I think I'm still going to grab Raphelos. And that way I'll have a bunch of mana for whatever I want to play next turn. So let's go green, green, green. Green Sun, Zenith for 2. Yeah. See what he does about that. If he lets it through, okay, he does. I'm going to grab Raphelos still. And then I think I'm going to play my tap land here. It doesn't let me leave up any activations or Bitter Triumph, but I think tap land down. Get a little bit of surveil value here. I'll land, I can just bin that. Feel my Deathrite more if need be, and then let's go ahead and pass the turn. So the only unfortunate thing about doing things this way is that now he has the opportunity to Concealing Curtains me if he wants to. But honestly, I'm kind of fine with it. Like, if he makes me discard one of these 3 and draw me a card, I'm completely fine. Losing Vaultborn kind of stinks, but I'm fine with whatever he leaves me with. He's attacking with the frog. Kind of stinks. I can make him discard a card, but he probably wants to anyway. I'm just going to lay it through. See what he does, I guess. Fairy Mastermind is the discard. Okay. That's not bad. I was expecting a generalist creature, so I'm kind of fine with it being just a Fairy Mastermind. Okay, so he does have Hand Attack, but not even flipping the Concealing Curtains, just playing a Deep Cavern Bats. That's kind of fine, because if it doesn't take Bitter Triumph, I can always just Bitter Triumph it and then get whatever he takes back. So likely he's just going to take this, which I don't actually care that much about. So huge. Does take the Vaultborn, actually. Interesting. Well, I guess we can just kill it and play Vaultborn next turn if we want. 4 cards in hand. He does have a blue up, something to keep in mind, but I think this should be fine. Ooh, get Green Suns back. That's interesting. So this makes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So I can literally, I have enough to exactly play Bitter Triumph and play Vaultborn if I want to. So the only hiccup would be if he has... I don't think Strict Serenade is actually in the cube. So this should work out fine. I'm going to go ahead and play my Swamp. Tap 2, and we'll go Bitter Triumph, paying 3 life to kill Deep Cavern Bat. He's thinking about it. He could also potentially like Spell Pierce this or something to make me not have enough mana to play the Vaultborn, but I'm kind of fine with that, honestly, because then I can play Green Suns and I'll still get some value this turn. I imagine that's what he's thinking about. I don't know why else he would be like holding priority here. Try thinking about like Spell Piercing my Bitter Triumph to see if he can make my turn a little bit worse. Which kind of makes sense too, because he also can get rid of the Vaultborn again if he transforms Curtains if I don't play it this turn. He ends up just letting it happen though, so I am just going to play the Vaultborn so that he can't end up... Oh, wait. Oh. Okay, okay. He didn't realize he could do it. Okay. He could have just exiled 3 cards to Psychic Frog there to fizzle my ability, and I kind of forgot. I'm glad he also forgot. That would have been awful. Let's just play the Vaultborn here. This card just has too many abilities. I forget what they are sometimes. We get to draw a card, gain 3, and then we'll just shift the turn here. I believe I already played a land, yes. Yeah, I played Swamp. So yeah, shift the turn. He has 5 cards in hand here. I mean, I'll make him discard his hand if he wants to attack with the Psychic Frog, which looks like he does not want to. He's probably flipping curtains here. What's he doing? Oh, Leyline Binding. That's a little annoying, but I have Pest Infestation, so if he can't make me discard the Pest Infestation here, I can just get the Tyrant back right away. Yeah, okay, this is gonna work out pretty fine. I guess he just wanted to get through with his attack to draw a card. I'm assuming that's why he's doing this. Yeah, so he gets to draw a card at least. But I'm going to get it right back, so that's probably not worth for him, because I get the ETB again as well, and... yeah, this is not going to work out great for you, my friend. Get another Green Suns with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So hang on, play the 4s first. We got... this taps for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're actually 1 mana away from... right? Because this is exactly 11. 8, 3 green. Yeah, we're actually 1 mana away from Green Sun Zenithing, just hard casting Green Sun Zenith for 12 mana to get our Worldspine Worm into play. So we can't do that yet. We can Pest Infestation though, and then we can Green Sun Zenith for something else. So Generous Sentinel are in the grave, which means Green Suns would be getting either like Grist or Ursine Monstrosity, or we could just wait a turn, I guess, and get the Worldspine. But I think it's better just to play it this turn. Although Ursine Monstrosity nor Grist adds like a lot of pressure to my board. But I guess he could also just make me discard it next turn anyway. Yeah, okay, I will go ahead and get the Grist then. So we'll do tap this for 4 green and cast Green Sun Zenith where X equals 3. And this will let me get Grist. Put that into play. And I think I'm just going to... yeah, I'm just going to kill his Psychic Frog, I think. I see no reason to let him just have that thing. So let's go ahead and float a green, and then I'll downside Grist immediately. We'll do sacrifice Finthorn, murder Psychic Frog. And then with the rest of our mana, so that we need an odd amount for this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I guess I'll exile my own land here. 7. And then with all that mana, oh, just asking me what color. Yeah. I'm going to Pest Infestation. Oh, I just realized I probably shouldn't have done it this way, because now if he has Spell Pierce and I tap out for it, I'm actually screwed. Okay, well, I exiled my land for no reason then. I'm actually going to not spend all this mana I just made. Yeah, that was a misplay on my part. I'm going to leave 2 mana up just in case he has Spell Pierce, because it's like really bad if he Spell Pierces this. I'm just going to do X equals 2 instead of X equals 3, but maybe we'll draw something with the Vaultborn trigger, and I'll get to use this mana anyway, you know? If he has Spell Pierce here, it is just catastrophic, so... he did not have the... or if he did have Spell Pierce, I played around it. Oh, we should have left the green and a black floating instead of double green. Now I can't play my Caustic Bronco. Alright, well, we'll just let the mana fizzle then, and we'll go ahead and pass the turn. Okay. That kind of stinks. I could have also, if I hadn't have done that, I could have just left up a mana and left up Deathrite activation to exile something from his graveyard, but live and learn, live and learn. I literally even said last turn, oh, I'm playing around Spell Pierce, and then I immediately went to tap out in for a non-creature spell, but it's alright. I think it's still going to work out here. We have a decent amount of pressure on him here. He's got Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. That's fine. He is just upticking. Okay, that's also fine. He'll still have Spell Pierce up if that's what he had. I'm kind of convinced that it's Spell Pierce now, because he keeps like thinking when I play these non-creature spells. Okay, he's untapping on his end step. Sure. And then my turn, I draw Natural Order. That's good. Now I can get my big boy out. For now, though, let's go ahead and kill Teferi. And let's go straight to combat. I'll go this one at Teferi. So he has blocked that, and then he'll still take 2, 3, 4, 5, and then attacking him with 1, I guess, doesn't really matter, huh? Because then he just blocks the one that's going at him, and then, okay, so we'll do just these as our attacks, like so. Why is he blocking? Does he have something I don't know about? Okay, well, he just lost both of his things instead of 1. Cool. I'll uptick. Actually, before I uptick Gris, I'm going to go ahead and Natural Order just in case he has like a just in case I mill the thing. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter if I milled it, huh? Because it would just shuffle back in. Anyway, we're going to Natural Order for World Spine. Put it directly into play. We get to draw a card of Vault Lord. We have to play a Forest. I get to uptick my Grist. Make another instant mill card, and then I'll tap for 2 and play my Caustic Bronca. And I guess I'll pass. Alright, well now he's super dead. That was only game 1. That's another kind of long game. He's had 10 minutes of my clock used, and he had like 5 or so minutes of his clock used. 15-minute game 1. Usually vintage Cube games are pretty quick. Nothing I really want to sideboard here. I don't actually really know what his deck is. It looked just to be kind of like a 4-color like value pile. Sounds pretty atrocious. Best case scenario is that we mill something good that I can recur with Luris, but even then. Ooh, okay. We get our Ancestral. This is a little slow though, because I can't Ancestral till turn 2. Not even turn 2 though. It's actually later than that, because my only blue land that's a forest is a tap land. I'll still keep though. This is like decent enough, because I'd have to like turn 1 cycle, turn 2 play the tap land, then I turn 3 Ancestral. Kind of stinks. Go ahead and spot him a forest here though. Undercity Sewers for our opponents. Yeah, so he does look to be like 4-color, just like not even splashing, just like he's like generically just has 4 colors evenly split of cards. All right, discards a land. Ocelot Pride turn 1. Okay, that's pretty good. He's gonna start making cat tokens right away. So then, what do I want to do? Draw Natural Order. Yeah, so like if I play Forest Generous Scent on his end step, I'm getting the blue tap land, and on turn 2 I'm still playing nothing because I have to play the blue tap land. So I think I'm gonna hold off on the Ancestral, as weird as that sounds. And I'm just going to play my green black land here. I'm actually gonna top that in case I need to just play an untapped land for the next couple turns. Go through here. Alright, so he follows up Ocelot Pride with Oko. That's bad. Oh. Yeah, it's looking significantly worse this game than it was last. On the bright side, the elk is green, so we can still Natural Order it, even if he elks our guy. I think Caustic Bronco is what I'd rather him elk. Actually, I'd rather him elk this. So I'll play this first. Yeah, so we'll go Forest, White of the Reliquary, then I'll pass the turn. Oh, okay. Yep, yield through this. I'm guessing he's gonna like give me a food and take my white or something, just so he can get through. I feel like this is the kind of player who just like wants to get as much value as possible from the cards that he's played. So he's like probably gonna exchange control here so that he can get the lifelink, make another cat. He's actually pretty close to City's Blessing too. That's 5, 6, 7. Cat will make 8. Then he needs to play land for turn plus one other thing, and he's there. It's kind of terrifying, honestly. He is thinking. He's in the Tankerino. He did indeed exchange. Okay. And then swings with both. Sure. Gains another life. Immediately goes to end step. So he doesn't have a land anymore. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Interesting. What did we get? So we have... He's definitely hitting City's Blessing next turn. Just literally by upticking, make a food, and then gain a life, make a cat. Although I guess if I have a blocker, I could stop that from happening. I still don't see a good time to use this Generous End, because here I actually just want to play 2 creatures. I guess I could have Deathright Shaman, Generous End, play tapped land this turn. I don't think that's as good as just getting 2 creatures down to stop him from getting this going, though. So I'm just gonna do this. Although, man, Ancestral is so broken. Maybe I should have just done Hedge Maze this turn instead of this. I would have only had the Deathrite and not the Caustic Bronco out yet, but I'd at least have the opportunity to Ancestral next turn if I wanted to. We'll see how this goes. I think this line is still fine, but it is a little unfortunate that we're gonna have this Ancestral that's been in our opening hand the entire game still not be able to do anything. Okay, he Palace Jailers my Bronco, sure. And then he elked his own cat. Okay. But he can't gain life this turn, so he's... Oh. Wait. What? Am I missing something? No, it's still a 1/1 lifelink first strike. Okay. Maybe he has a trick up his sleeve here? Apparently not. Okay. Really weird that he attacked with the Ocelot Pride. I guess he was hoping that I don't know what he was thinking. Okay, so what do we got here? He has 2 blockers to keep the Monarch with. So I'm probably just natural ordering this turn, which kind of stinks, honestly. What are my alternatives? I can blow up one of his mana rocks and make a couple pests. And then I'd still have enough mana to Generous End cycle, play blue tapped land if I wanted. But then I'd be holding off on my Nature's Lore or Natural Order for another turn. I guess Natural Order is not even that good right now because I get Vaultborn Tyrant, draw a card, but then he probably immediately elks it anyway. So like, is it even that good? I think I will just go ahead and do. I'll finally cycle this. We'll grab the blue land. We'll grab the Hedge Maze. And we'll play the Hedge Maze. See what's on top. We got a Vaultborn on top. Interesting. Unfortunately, we have to graveyard that, though, since I don't have the mana to cast it. So I'm just going to graveyard it. Maybe we'll draw a Reanimate at some point. And then I will also go ahead and... He doesn't have anything that could stop me from doing this. I don't think so. Okay. We're going to exile his Verge to get the 3rd green mana that I need to Pest Infestation X's 1. Killing this. Okay. Okay, and then we'll pass. Unfortunately, he keeps the Monarch, so we don't get our Bronco back. Oh, is he sacking a cat? What's he doing? Oh, he's just ramping by sacking something, I guess. Yeah. On the bright side, he won't be able to down-tick Oko for a few more turns, so we're safe on that end, but him just constantly threatening to elk whatever big thing we put into play is pretty annoying. Ooh, he surveilled the top. That's foreboding. Skip through this. Best case scenario is that we find a way to get the Monarch back. We start drawing extra cards every turn. We get our Caustic Bronco back even. So that'd be great. Right, so he's swinging in with everything. Interesting. Oh, this is Vigilance? Wow, busted. I'm going to go ahead and double block the Jailer, I think. Although, it would be super nice to just get the Monarch back. I'd have to not block anything here. What does he have? 3, 6, 9, 11 damage? Yeah, I can't afford to take 11. I'm just going to double block the Jailer. He's going to be able to keep the Monarchy for at least a little while longer, but I just can't afford to lose, like, going into 2. So you're 6, kill one of his guys. Sure. What does he have in hand here? Oh, he went to end step, okay. Draw land. Let's start with just Ancestraling ourselves. Hopefully he doesn't have his counter spell. I think he had exactly 1 hard counter that we already saw from game 1. So let's hope that he doesn't have that. And then, depending on what we look at... Ooh, does he have it? Oh no. Spell Pierce. I knew he had a Spell Pierce. Okay, Spell Pierce will resolve. I'll go ahead and pay. And then... Oh. No more lies. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, I guess we're not able to pay for that. That stinks. I'll go and play land and hold up food activation here. I don't think we're dead quite yet, so I'm just going to pass here. There's another land. Sure. He milled a land. Okay. Why not? He's going straight to combat. Alright. Let's go ahead and... yeah, we can go ahead and block. Alright, let's block you. And declare that. And then before damage, so I'm taking 6 here. I can either exile one of his creatures or just crack the food. I think I'm going to just exile a creature here. Let's go exile your, I don't know, Ocelot Pride for a green. And then go to 8 life, and then we'll move to damage here. Go down to 2. And he's just bringing a food token, sure. And Monarch and Step Trigger, sure. See what we got for our turn. We have an Unearth. Okay. Well, we can at least Natural Order. We don't have Vaultborn in the deck, though, so I think we're still just dead. We Natural Order for something big, block one thing, and then still die. I mean, there's no other green creatures in our deck that, like, help us here other than Vaultborn. And even Vaultborn, I think we'd still be dead because we go up to 5, block 1, take 6. Maybe even more because you can make that a food. Just a double check here, though. Worldspine Warden doesn't do it because he can just elk it. Or he can just attack around it anyway. Generous and Vaultborn are in the graveyard. Sentinel of the Nameless City. I guess gives us a map now. That doesn't do anything. Grist does not do anything. Yeah, we're just dead. Okay, well, unfortunates. I think the Oko just getting so much work done was just his Oko was just so good because it came down early enough that I couldn't kill it right away, and then it constantly threatened to elk my big targets, so I just like never had a good chance to Natural Order. I don't really have a good way to get around it, though. I have Subtlety, but I only have 2 blue cards, so I'd be hard casting most of the time. So I'm just going to run it back and hope we can get our main game plan online faster than play Oko and prevent us from doing anything. We have our own Oko and no castable cards. Or sorry, we have 1 castable card, I guess. That doesn't do anything. If we draw 1 more force, that's great. We play this on 2, then this on 3, but I'm just not gonna risk it. We're gonna go down. This hand looks decent, so we're gonna keep ditch a forest here, and then yeah, I'm on the play as well, and so these big mid-rangey creatures are better anyway. Our opponent also mulliganed to 6 though, so that's decent. It's decent. Well, he mulliganed to 6 already. He might be mulliganing further. Guess we'll see. He's considering. Alright, he ended up with a 6-card opening hand. Okay. So let's play our Swamp. Play our Mox Emerald and our Fintorn Elves. And we'll pass the turn. Some solid turn 1 stuff. He plays his own turn 1 land and double box. Very nice, very nice. Game recognizes game. Well played, sir. Does he also have a turn 1 play? He does. It's a Deep Cavern Bat. He gets to take one of our 3-drops. I'm hoping he takes the Monstrosity. It's scarier anyway, so it's likely he will. I really want this. Yes, good. The reason I want this is because I use my mana efficiently. I get to play this and immediately crack the map token, and then it gets value over time. So this is just a big beater. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. So we'll go tap, tap, tap for our Sentinel of the Nameless City. And then we're going to make us a map token and immediately crack said map token. Probably just onto this Sentinel, I guess. And we have Natural Order on top. Okay. I guess I'll keep it there, huh? No, I will not put it into my graveyard. Thanks for asking, though. Well, that's kind of cool. We can turn 3 Natural Order something huge. Assuming he doesn't have a counter spell, of course. But, you know, not much I can do about that. The only unfortunate thing is, if he does have a counter spell, he now knows it's coming, and so he's going to be, you know, on high alert. Although he doesn't actually have a counter right now, so we might have got off scot-free here. Attacks with the Deep Cavern Bat, sure. Wow, okay. Did we get to do it? Did we do it? He could have, I think he has Force of Will. Maybe that's our other opponent, I don't remember. Well, I guess let's see if this works. Cast Natural Order, sacking Fyndhorn Elves. It sure did. Okay. Okay, so the question is, does he have Oko? If he has Oko, it's better to get Vaultborn, because then at least I get a card out of it. World Spine Worm, though, is just will kill him in one turn. And so, but if he Okos it, it's literally just does nothing. It's just a 3/3. I think I'm going to go the Vaultborn because I have so few cards in hand. I know it's weird because this is like the thing that kills him, but like I think this is just safer. I'd rather just play it safe. I think I'll win if I just like keep getting value here. There's no reason for me to like randomly just like let him Oko my giant thing with no value. I'll attack him. And with that, I suppose I'll pass the turn. No land drop on turn 3, which kind of stinks, but we should be fine. Assuming he doesn't immediately play Oko here, I think we are like winning this game no matter what. Ooh, it's Teferi? No, it was Fractured Identity. Okay, I'm still glad then that I got this and over the other one, because my opponent having a Vaultborn is a lot less bad for me than my opponent having a thing that kills me in one turn. Alright, so we get our third land drop finally here. What's my play gonna be? So he has a token copy of Vaultborn. Kind of unfortunate. It's a 6/6 as well, so like kind of very unfortunate. Although if I crack a map token and put a count on here, I can actually attack through him. So let's start with that. So let's go tap a blue and map token my Sentinel. It was not a non-land, unfortunate. Okay. In that case, I'm going to... Yeah, because I can't attack past him without 2 counters. I gotta put 1 on with the Agathas. Yeah. Unfortunate. I'm just gonna play my Lurrus here with no value as just like a 3/2 lifelinker. And pass turn. Kind of unfortunate that it worked out this way, but what can you do? Fractured Identity. What a card, what a card. Let's see what he's got. Oh god, another. Is this now Teferi? He's got tons of 5-drop saves. Jesus, okay. If he downticks here, I'm actually kind of cooked. Like, I really hope he's just this greedy. He did downtick. He downticked on my Sentinel. Okay, yeah, we might be cooked here. No blocks. Good news is we get to kill one of his things here. Oh, we also have a Bitter Triumph. That was a good draw. Okay. How do I want to do this? I think I'm going to attack. If he blocks, then I'll use this to kill Teferi. So we'll go to combat. And I'll attack Teferi. If he doesn't block, then, you know, whatever, it's dead. But if he does block, then I'll just Bitter Triumph the Teferi. He is blocking, okay. So I'll kill the Sylvan Caryatid. I'll play my Forest. I'll tap for Bitter Triumph. I think I'm just going to discard and then play Agathas is how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to go discard a card, destroy Teferi, discarding Agathas. I'm going to cast Agathas with my Lurrus. And then I'll immediately activate exiling his Caryatid. And I'll put a counter on my Lurrus, yeah. And I'll pass. Go ahead and yield through this turn. So I don't know what I'm drawing. I don't know what's on top of my deck right now. So I get like 1 blind draw. The draw after this, I'm drawing my Sentinel again. Right? Because I've only drawn 1 card since he tucked it. And it's 3rd. So yeah. Oh, I just realized that my clock is like down to 0. I've been talking through all my plays. I'm taking forever. All right, what's he got here? What does he have? He went Lingering Souls. Oh, he what? Oh no, sorry. He milled Lingering Souls with his land. What does he have? I guess he could. Well, I'm Hellbent, so a lot of his cards don't do much. Oh, and finally, there is the Oko. Okay. I guess he's gonna Oko like the Agathas or something. Sure. Yeah, it's not looking great, but depending on what our top deck is, we could still get out of this. I'm thinking his best play is probably just to Elgar Agatha Soul Cauldron, so you don't keep getting value out of it, but I guess he has some options here. My hope would be that he just makes a food token. No, he Elka Spirit, okay. That's a weird one. I get smacked for 7. What do I draw here? Draw a land, that sucks, okay. And then I can only put a counter on something if I exile a creature. Yeah, okay. We're just kind of dunzoed here. Unfortunately, it's just like, what do you do? What do you do with this nonsense? I can like trade for his spirits, which I guess I'm gonna do anyway. Like whatever. I'll go Soul Cauldron, my own Fintorn Elves, and counter onto my Luris. Go to combat and attack Oko. And I'll just pass the turn. I'm going to have 0 board state here, but what can you do? 3 and 2, yeah. Pass. I'm drawing Sentinel this next turn too, so we're really just not getting out of this hole that we're in. This is just Oko, man. What do you do? What do you do? Let's play our Sentinel. Get a map. I guess we'll crack the map first. Sure. It is an Ignoble Hierarch, which, yes, I will put into the graveyard, since that is pretty useless. And then I'll go ahead and Agatha's the Ignoble Hierarch. And it can get a counter. And I think I'm still dead, but at least I tried. Pass turn. Dang, man. That really stinks. I guess I'm not technically dead. I'm at 1. Oh, well, never mind. You can just bounce my brain. Now I am literally dead. Man, this deck was so sweet. It just had to be Oko. Both games that he won, it was single-handedly because this Oko just sat there and, like, made my permanents all useless. Okay. Yeah. I would say it's funny. The second match we lost basically single-handedly to a Nadu, and then that match we lost basically single-handedly to an Oko. You're noticing a pattern here. All the broken cards cost exactly 1 blue-green. We didn't see an Uro that draft, but he's out there too. Let's run it back. Man, 1 and 2 is so disappointing for how sweet I feel like that deck was. I think we're going to do one more. I might not actually... I normally only stream till 9, but I can always go over a little bit. Or at the very least, I'll do the draft and maybe like one match with the deck. Ugh, this is like my 6th something draft of this season since the new expansion, Tarkir Dragonstorm, and so far I've trophied exactly once, and it was with mono red. So I'm hoping to get something sweet going, but like I said, the last time, not the one I just did, my draft before that one, I had a really sweet Luris Companion deck Oh, I went 2-1. Just barely couldn't get there. That deck was sweet too. I was I'm honestly very shocked with how good Lewis Companion is. I was very dismissive of it at first. I was like, oh, why would I want to have that big of a restriction on my deck for, this the upside of playing 6 mana for this 3/2. But it's like, if you just say it like that, it sounds pretty bad. It's broken in practice. It is very good. Just have Alerus whenever you want. Pack 1 here. I'm seeing a Shieldred. I'm seeing a Lightning Bolt. And I'm seeing maybe a couple combo cards, Frantic Search, Expressive. But as far as like just on their own impactful cards, Lightning Bolt and Shieldred are standing out here. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm just gonna go Shieldred. You know what's funny? That last deck actually had a Shieldred. I don't think we played her a single time. Because no, we did that one time, but then immediately got like Oakwood or something anyway. But 1, 2, 3, 4 slots over. This pack has a variety of stuff. There's a bunch of different stuff. There's a Doomsday here. That pack 1 had a Thought Scour in it and a Frantic Search, so we could try to Doomsday. Although I never really like early pick Doomsday because I feel like no one picks it anyway. It'll probably wheel if we end up finding more stuff that goes with it, sure. But for now, let's think about. Again, I'm just looking for like on their own good cards for now. I'm thinking Fury looks like a really solid, just impactful card. There's Torsten if we're looking for a flash, but again, that's not really good on its own, I would say. Natural Order, we could do, that's like kind of similar to our last deck. I think I'm just going to take the Fury here. And we can maybe do some sort of like Rakdos Beaters deck. Inti is a very strong card. It goes well in the deck that I just described. This pack's not super exciting. Inti looks to be, again, just if we're looking at on their own impactfulness, it's probably the best on her own. Let's grab the Inti here. There's a Lelia, kind of similar to Inti in that she like exiles on attack. She doesn't require you to discard, but she also doesn't like put a counter on a creature every single turn. I guess she puts a counter on herself. Basically, she's like Inti. But I wouldn't mind a second Inti. It's never that bad. It also works well with Inti because you get to make Lelia like 3 counters every single combat. One from her trigger, one from the Inti exile trigger, and one from Inti putting a counter on something. So you can play Inti on turn 2, and then if you play her on turn 3, she immediately attacks and is like a 5/5 trample haste or something. So if I get both of those together, it lines up really well. So let's go ahead and slam the Lelia. There's a Badlands. That works really well for our so far only red and black deck. Other things to consider would be the Trumpeting Carnosaur. It's not that great on its own. Like 6 mana is kind of a lot for what it does. However, it can be discarded as not a Lightning Bolt because it can't hit face, like a Strangle or whatever that card is. But it also is a really good reanimator target. It discards itself, and then you can like reanimate it, get the Discover, whatever else you want to do. That's something to think about on the wheel, though. I think I'm still taking the Badlands for now. Screaming Nemesis. Oh my! I just said how like I played like a super heavy aggro mono red deck to get my only trophy so far this season, and I feel like I'm going down the same path. At least this time I'm kind of like splashing black, but I've become the very thing I swore to destroy. I'm gonna take the Screaming Nemesis though. This card is like too good to just. Like, I'm already a red aggro deck. Like, what am I gonna do? Take any of this other nonsense? No, we're taking Screaming Nemesis. But it doesn't feel good internally. I feel dirty for doing this. We have another red-black land in the form of Blackleaf Cliffs. There's also Nethergoyf, which is fine. Although currently in our deck doesn't get that big very quickly, so I probably wouldn't pick it early. This is also basically a Strangle. Hits a creature or planeswalker for up to 3 damage. So, although maybe Strangle's a sorcery, I actually don't remember. This is instant speed at least. I think I'm gonna take it. I could also look at taking Dark Confidant here, or even the dual land. But having just like cheap interaction when you have like these giant, like super impactful 2 to 4 drops that just like will win you the game is bueno. You just like play this, play some random other stuff, and then when they try to block you, you just kill their stuff and keep beating face. For pick number 8 here, we are presented with a choice between Goldspan and Corey Steelcutter. Goldspan's fine, but I find Steelcutter to be pretty decent, especially since we just picked up a 1-drop instant. I think this card's gonna do some work for us. Nothing here that's quite in our colors. We could try splashing blue here, but that seems unlikely. We could try splashing green and being like Jund. That seems a lot more likely, especially because we already have a dual land, and this is a domain card. Yeah, let's do spec on the green splash. Doomsday did come back, but we're a little ways away from that at this point. Seeing as we're possibly splashing green, I guess natural order? I don't know. None of these are making the deck, but what does this one do? Whenever it enters or attacks, mill 4, return a creature or planeswalker from graveyard to hand. It's fine. Not super exciting. Is this any... I don't really have any token stuff going on. Okay, I guess I'll grab this for now then. This is a double splash, white and blue, so probably not. Yeah, none of these are super exciting for my deck. I don't know. Just grab this, I guess. The Carnosaur did come back. This one I actually would possibly main deck. There's the Jace Wielder of Mysteries to go with the Doomsday. Okay, we got a decent pack one. Not like super exciting, but got some stuff. Ooh, there's a Traxic Grand Unifier. This card is insane. Unfortunately, with the pack one that we had, we really just cannot afford to take it. The only thing that would let us even think about taking it is like a sneak attack of some kind, but even then we'd be basically saying we have a dead card in our deck that only works if we draw exactly sneak attack, which I'm not the biggest fan of. There's the Nadu that killed us in match 2 of our last draft. So our options here, nothing super exciting, honestly. We can take a Delighted Halfling if we want to lean more into the green splash. It also does make any color of mana for legendary spells, which so far we have legendary, legendary, legendary. So not bad. Glorybringer is another big thing, which I don't need more of, so that's definitely not going to be the pick. It's probably between Delighted Halfling and like Kolagon's Command, which is like super unexciting for a pick one in a pack, but beggars can't be choosers. I don't know. Let's just take the Kolagon's Commands. Whatever. Okay, now this is interesting. This is an actually interesting pack, because now we have more cheap interaction in Chain Lightning, which I already mentioned that I do want to pick up. We have Dragon's Rage Channeler. We didn't end up getting the Necrogoyf, so we don't really care about the filling our graveyard aspect too much, but it can just become a 1-mana 3/3 flyer, which is just a good rate for a beater. And then if we want to go more into the green splash like I was talking about, we could have a Sentinel or a Minskimbu, both of which are insanely good cards at applying pressure. There's also a green-black land, but I'm going to err on taking a card that would actually make me want to have this in my deck at all over taking this for, I don't know, Territorial Kavu. Chain Lightning, I think, is probably more the consistent pick, but Minskimbu, just so hard to pass up on. I am going to go ahead and take the Minskimbu here. Interesting. So here we have a bunch of Reanimator cards. Unearth, Corpse Dance, Necromancy, even a Shifting Woodland. But then there's also a Broadside Bombardiers, which currently we have a Oh, I guess Fury is the one of that cycle that's not Flash, so it doesn't work as well with Fury. Or no, I guess it still does. If you attack with Broadside, it survives combat, and then in second main you can like evoke. Okay, no. That still does the thing. That's probably better than Unearth, but also honestly, if Unearth wheels, I'll definitely take it. But for now, I think this is just gonna be too good. We have a Jund land, which is all of our colors. We have another Lurgoyf. We have a 4-mana Walker, which we already have big 4-mana threats. Probably not in need of a Chandra, although this card is good. And same with Rampaging Raptor, 4-mana threat, but not like hurting for it. Barrywave is a good card, but I feel like just getting the exact triumph for our colors is pretty nice here. All right, what have we got here? We have, this is a green-black card. That's in our colors, but not as interesting in this deck as it was in our last. We have a Headliner Scarlet. Again, 4-mana threat, not like super necessary. I'd rather pick up some more early game stuff, if at all possible. Atali, which is more of a sneak attack thing than it is like a big red thing, but it, you know, it could work out if I end up having more big mana stuff going on. And then this one is like sorcery speed, deal 3 to a creature, and then it's like a big equipment. I'm kind of between Chainsaw and Scarlet, but I feel like we just need more low drops in general. I'm gonna take the Chainsaw here. Interesting. Okay. Also, let me go ahead and grab Territorial Kavu and put that in for now. I feel like that's probably going to end up making the cut as well. So here we have another red-black land or a Shock. Or I guess Caustic Bronco also, technically. The problem is Shieldred is really our only black card that I really care about. Kolaghan's Command, I can take it or leave it, but this is double black. So I feel like as good as Caustic Bronco and Tarfire could be, I just want to make sure that if I put Shieldred in my deck, I can actually cast her, you know? So go with that. Interesting. We have a Blooming Marsh as black-green fixing. We have a... Honestly, I'm not super interested in blue. What I would really want is like more fetch land so I can consistently get the Proving Ground to make my Kavu a 3/3. 2-mana 3/3 I think is worth it for this card. If it's anything less than that, it's pretty not great. Lurrus is also decent. Unfortunately, again, it's one black. Like, it's kind of hard for us to cast. I guess I'll take it. I don't know. I almost want to take the Recurring Nightmare just so I can like sack a random little thing and like bring back a Trumpeting Carnosaur or something. But I feel like this might be better. All right, so this is a green-red card. We could play this. It gets a basic of our choice and then flips into a Saga that does some stuff. Alternatively, there's also Mind Collapse as a way to sack a mountain to Nuggle Blocker or Planeswalker. That's actually decent. Emperor of Bones is also pretty decent, honestly. But I think just having, like I said, when I have a bunch of good threats already, Mind Collapse, these kind of like really good ways to get blockers out of the way. Chainsaw, Galvanic Discharge, Mind Collapse. They go like way up in my estimation of the card. Here we have the option to take Delighted Halfling again, and Glory. Both of the cards we were actually considering are back. Halfling is looking pretty decent at this point. Again, I don't think Glorybringer is super necessary. Although, this isn't really a Mana Dork deck. I'm just going to take the Glorybringer, and then we'll just see how it goes. Another Reanimator target. We don't have any Reanimates yet. We have another good 3-drop, but we also have some mana fixing. And the Verges I'm a big fan of. I'm really big on the Verges. I think they are just solid fixing. The only unfortunate thing is they don't have the land types. Ooh, there's our Unearth we talked about wanting back. We'll definitely take that. And I can't remember if we saw Chain of Smog yet. I don't remember. Would I rather wait for Chain of Smog or just have like a haster? I was gonna take the Raptor. Let's put that away. That can sideboard. Oh, we got a Blooming Marsh last pick. That's kind of nice. We'll probably play that. How are we looking for Luris? We have, so far, all of our dual lands produce black. Maybe I will end up playing Luris. It's also decent with Unearth. We can like Unearth Luris and then immediately play like Inti again or something. Like, there's some good stuff. Also, the nice thing about Luris is that normally you can only get creatures back. So you can't like impact the board right away unless they have haste. We have Inti, which impacts the board without attacking. We have Quarry Steelcutter, does the same, and Chainsaw, which is a literal removal spell that we can play with Luris. So I think Luris is going to be pretty sick in this deck if we can make the mana work. All right, pack 3 here. We have an Oliphant, which is a way to find our Proving Ground. Big fan of that. We also have Robber of the Rich. Very solid 2-drop. Gets us card advantage when we're behind on cards to our opponents. And Amped Raptor. Get 2 energy. If you cast it from your hand, flip until you hit a non-land card. You may cast it by paying energy instead of its mana. Okay, well, you only have 1 energy card right now. By itself, it's actually kind of fine because we flip into a 2-drop, we can get lucky. Otherwise, it's just a 2-mana 2/1 first strike. I suspect this will wheel, though. So I'm going to leave this for now, but I would not mind putting this into my deck. This actually is decent. I think for now, Oliphant is going to beat out Robber of the Rich by virtue of getting our colors fixed. Pick 2 here. We finally have a fetch land available to us in the form of Verdant Catacombs. It's also a double on-color fetch land that gets both of our duals, an untapped black-red and a tapped tri-land. And yeah, I mean, that's... what more can I say? It's great. We're going to take it. Here we have another dual land. This one untapped red-green, which we don't currently have a fetchable untapped red-green land. So that could be good. Because currently our Verdant Catacombs cannot fetch an untapped red... Or no, it can. It can get bad lands. It just can't get like exactly red-green. It can get green, red, or black, but it can't get exactly a red-green land. Which is probably fine. We don't really need it to. Our fixing is pretty decent at this point, and we really do need to start looking at getting more playables anyway, so it's possible here Bone Crusher could be the pick. There's also a removal spell. I think I'm going to hold off on more fixing. I think just getting a solid Bone Crusher Giant is going to be decent. Just having... Again, this is that cheap interaction that also gets stapled to, in this case, a 4/3 for 3, which is, you know, decent rate. We take those. What are we at? We are at 26 total in deck. 6 of those are lands. One of them is like a pseudo land, so we need like 4-ish more playables. This pack has a couple good mid-range cards. A 5-mana 4/3 haste Cascade, which is decent, especially because we have really good 4-drops. I do like this card a decent bit. There's also 6, but that's not really the kind of deck I'm interested in going for. And then there's also Kellen, which is a 1-drop that can like level up and eventually become a 3/2 double strike that exiles the top 2 of my library, and I can cast them this turn. So very solid 1-drop or like another really good 5-drop. I think I have enough high end. I think just having a really solid 1-drop is going to be decent here. Also, that card might wheel anyway, so this would actually be decent if I had any white fixing. It's a 3-mana 3/1 hexproof from multicolored, and whenever I cast a multicolored spell, I make a 4/4. Which in our deck does not seem to be like super likely, but just like 3-mana 3/1 with possible upside, it's also harder to remove than usual, is pretty solid. But again, unfortunately, we don't have white in our deck for this one. our options for this pack are basically Embereth Shieldbreaker and like Liliana of the Veil. I could also potentially Dark Ritual if I want to like cheese out like a Shieldred or a Lurrus, but I think I'm more interested in just taking my games nice and slow and just picking up some decent value. So we're going to go with Embereth Shieldbreaker. We have a Haste Enabler land. Can be very good for sure. Mind Twist isn't really the kind of deck we're going for. Seething Song can be really good, especially because most of our cards, especially our high-end cards, are red. I would probably play Seething Song in this deck, but legitimately, I think Arena of Glory is going to be more busted for us. Just the ability to give our Fury, our Trumpeting Carnosaur, our Oliphant haste, I think is just going to be, like, just super solid. So we're going to take that. Interesting. Okay, we have another removal spell, although I think we have enough interaction early. We have a bolt, a shock for 2, remove an artifact. I don't know. We have some stuff. Mind Collapse even. So I don't super want to prioritize this Infernal Grasp. I think I'm more interested in either... So far we only have 2 green cards. We could probably afford to get at least one more in there, like a Monstrosity, or even a Kariza would be decent. Commercial District, I think, is unnecessary. I'm just going to take the... I'm going to take the Kariza. We have a Jund Mana Dork in our Jund deck, so kind of cool. We also have another really solid 5-drop. This one I think is... no, I take that back. I was about to say this is probably my favorite, but I think... I don't know. This is really good. You have to untap with this one, though. Unlike Goldspan and Glorybringer and Fury, you have to untap with this one for it to do its thing. But if you do untap with it, it's insane. Another removal spell. I think I'm actually going to take the Ignoble because we ended up with more high-end than I was imagining. And also, it's just all 3 of our colors, so that's kind of nice. Both the cards I was thinking about taking came back. We still haven't found any other energy cards. We just have the Discharge, but that's kind of fine. Is that better than Robber though? I think this is gonna end up leading to more like busted openings than Robber of the Rich. I'm gonna take the Amp Raptor, and then here the Guy's Cradle could be decent because we are like gonna have a lot of creatures in play most of the time. But like it's all green mana, which for the most part to us is just colorless, which kind of sucks. There's also, I don't know. Yeah, none of these are great. I guess I'll just, I'm not gonna play any of these actually. We'll just do that, I guess. Nissa cares about the number of forests in play, which probably for our deck is not gonna actually be that many. Once again, probably don't take the big green card, even though it is really good. Maybe actually it's fine just to play her for 3 green and start making XXs. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it. Grave Titan and Bloodbraid came back, but Bloodbraid I think is going to be better overall. Since we're not reanimating, just playing this is better. None of these are going to make the cuts. And sideboard that. Sideboard that. Alright, well, we end up with a decent amount of playables here. So much so we're probably going to have to make quite a few cuts. Alright, what are we looking at for numbers? We have 34 currently here. 7 are lands. 1 is an Oliphant. That puts us at like 26 like actual non-land playables. And normally 23 is the number to hit. So that's like 3-ish cuts, depending on how risky I want to go. I think I want to do the full 3 cuts, especially because we have a decent high end here. Like, just making sure we have enough lands that'll get us to our 4 and 5 drops. I think it's going to be better than trying to be risky and play less lands than we should. Alright, so we have 2 double black cards, Lurrus and Shieldred. I think Lurrus is... yeah, it's good enough. Like I was saying earlier, we have like more utility in the fact that like our lures can be a removal spell, our lures can be a mana dork, our lures can be generating us energy for our later discharges or getting us like I think it's just good enough. There's also Shieldred, which doesn't actually synergize with anything in our deck, but there are certain opponents who will literally just lose to us playing Shieldred, so we're gonna keep both of them. Our double green card, our only double green card actually is the Nissa. So I play this for 5, and it comes in. So wait, completed is 2 less. Wait, for each life paid, 2 fewer loyalty. So it enters with 3 loyalty if I played for 5, and then I +1 it, and I make a 4/4. So for 5 mana, I end up with a 4 loyalty walker and a 4/4 in play. It's fine. That's like literally though what Minsc and Boo does, except for 1 more mana and 4 life, and it doesn't have haste and trample. And that's really all we're using it for. Like we're never getting the -7, I feel like. So I think we cut that. Goodbye, Nissa. Alright, that puts us down to 2 cuts we need to find. We never found any Reanimator stuff. Do we still think Trumpeting Carnosaur is good enough? I mean, it's just 6 mana. The dream would be cast Trumpeting Carnosaur, discover 5 into Bloodbraid Challenger, and then cast this and like cascade into a 4-drop. That's like the insta-win combo. It's like kind of unlikely anyway. I don't know. What's our? I think having 1 ginormous 6-drop. I mean, I'm usually gonna cycle most of the time anyway, so having like 1 ginormous 6-drop that also has utility outside of it is just good enough. Shieldred, I think I'm keeping. Mindclap isn't really a 4-drop. We have Minsc and Boo for sure. This one I could probably cut. Rampaging Raptor. Yeah, I don't need Rampaging Raptor. Let's get that out of there. That puts us down to 1 more cut required. Because we're at 24 then, non-land stuffs. A single cut needs to be made. I'm feeling like we have the ability to cut at least one of our like lower drops. I want to keep this as it is, I think. And I'm definitely keeping all of that. Bone Crusher, definitely, yeah. Luris. Kolaghan's Command, I guess I could cut. It's a 2-for-1, but would I rather cut Kolaghan's Command or a random 2-drop? Like Shieldbreaker, I guess I could cut. It only destroys an artifact at sorcery speed. I guess I can always side this in if I fight an artifact deck. Yeah, let's cut that for now and then throw in our basics. We have no need of the planes. Thank you very much. So we have black 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or wait, did I already count those? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 black sources. That's way more than enough, I feel like. Although we do have 2 double black cards. Maybe I should just keep it as is. So yeah, 10 is fine. Green, our other splash, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Although I guess this doesn't really count as a green source because I need green to cast it anyway. So like 6-ish. Maybe we need to up that by 1 to 7-ish, 7 to 8-ish. And then red, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. That's kind of less than I thought, actually. I think it's okay, though. We'll do it like this. We don't have any double red anyway, except for, like, way on the high end, so. All right, save it. Time to Jund them out. I'm going to play, I think, 1 or 2 matches. Depending on how fast these matches are, I'll try to get through as many as I can. We're already 2 hours and 44 minutes in. Alrighty. Some salted peanuts to give me strength. Go first here. We got Kellen on turn 1. Sure. Alright, so I'm actually gonna just leave with basic mountain, just in case they have like a wasteland on turn 1. And I'm actually probably just going to level Kellen on turn 2 rather than play the Seal Cutter, because it doesn't do anything the turn I play it. I have to play a second spell to make it, or equip it to make it start doing stuff. There's our Verdant. What are my fetchable duels? I think my only fetchable duel other than Badlands was the Triumph. So I'm just going to play Badlands. Can I use this as an instant? If Kellen Scout becomes... Okay. Wait, was it? If Kellen is a scout, it becomes a detective and gains exile the top card of my library. You may play it. Okay. So let's go to combat. Attack with Kellen. Go to blocks. And then I'll go ahead and level him into a detective. And then we're going to exile the top here. Not that we can play it this turn, but the reason I'm doing this is that so next turn, you can only activate his last ability if he's already a detective. And so I just want to have the threat of activation of hitting for 6 next turn. Ooh, we lost our Lelia. That's unfortunate, but oh well. And then we'll pass. So that's just gone forever now. Go ahead and yield through this turn. See what our opponent is up to. Nothing, apparently. Very nice. I still can't double spell with this, really. So I'm just going to play... I'm probably just going to level him up again, and then if he kills it, whatever. Next turn I can do this plus something else. So let's go Mountain. Go to combat. Declare an attack. And then go to blockers. I will make him into a Devil Striker. I'm guessing he's just going to kill it because... Oh, he's bouncing it. That's kind of worse than because now I can't unearth on next turn. Alright. Fair enough, fair enough. Okay, so he petty thefts my Kellen, and I'm just going to ship the turn here. Next turn, I'm probably going to go like Quarry Steel Cutter into Kellen. And then, I guess get my Triumph at that point, since I don't need the last mana. This guy, like, holds priority for the longest time at the points where he just can't do anything. It's really weird. Alright. Mox Jet. Dang. Dang, bro. So. Can't tell if that helped or not. I think it's fine. Jace, the Mind Sculptor. Oh, he's Fate Sealing me? What the heck? This man's insane. see what he's working with here. So he's going to look at the top card of my library, and he's going to put it on the bottom. Okay, so he didn't like what he saw on top, and he's choosing to make me draw a random card instead of that one. And I get a Bone Crusher Giant. I wonder what he bottomed. What would be so bad that he was like, he would just not want me to have it at all? So I can't kill Jace this turn, I don't think, right? Because I can go Core Steel Cutter, and then I can Stomp, put it down to 3. This makes a guy attack it for 2. Yeah, I can't quite kill Jace this turn, so I think I'm going to hold off on the Stomp then. I'm going to do what I originally planned, where I go crack for my... And I'll go Core Steel Cutter. And then I'll replay Kelly, triggering the Steel Cutter. And go ahead and yield to that. And then I'll choose to equip it to the newly made Monk token. Yes, please. And then I'll just hit Jace for 2 here, I guess. Go to combat. And... attack Jace for 2. The nice thing is I have 2 burn spells in hand, so it's unlikely that he'll be able to keep his Jace alive past his next turn. I guess he can bounce like my Monk token or something as like a as a one last thing he can do, but it seems very unlikely given that these 2 things are in play and I have 2 burn spells in hand that he'll be able to keep Jace living. Although I suppose he doesn't know about these yet. Because he bottomed, not top, so he doesn't know about this card, and this was in my opener. This guy, I swear, he's like, holds priority for the longest time. He's like, getting attacked for 2, and he's like, let me think about it, and he just takes it. Okay. I feel like this game is kind of in my hands at this point. Like, he has 4 cards in hand, same as mine, but I feel like a lot of answers to things that he could possibly do. He seems to be some sort of, like, just straight up blue-white control deck. Oh, he Wrath of God. I wonder if he's going to then uptick again, because he's probably got to be worried about me getting a haster and killing his Jace. So I imagine he's going to Fate Seal again. He did Fate Seal again. Okay. I still don't think that saves his Jace, though, unless he has some other trick. Chooses to use... Okay, he bottomed again, so he saw another card on top that he did not want me to have. And instead I get a Mountain. Okay. Well, good play on his part, I suppose. Here, though... What's my play? To kill Jace, I'd have to burn both burn spells, I think, right? Because this is going to be a 2/2. Or no. Wait. So, yeah, this is for 2, and my burn spells deal 2. So at most I can do 4 to him, unless I trigger the prowess on the Monk. So I would have to do something... So I'm going to have 5 mana here, so I'd have to do something like... No, because I don't even have enough mana to cast 3 of these anyway. What is this equipped for? It's equipped for 2. Gives Trample and Haste. Okay, so I could actually, by equipping to Kellen, I can do what I want. I can go Unearth Kellen... cast target Kellen, and then I can also tap 2 and stomp targeting Jace, allowing Corey Steel Cutter to make a guy, which I don't think this part will matter because I'm actually going to equip the Corey Steel Cutter to my... I guess I might as well equip anyway. It's free not to... So it's free to do. And then I'll stomp onto the Jace. And then I normally would only be able to hit him for 2 here. But I think I'm going to activate the equip ability onto Kellen. And then go to combat and attempt to kill Jace here. He could kill the Kellen here, but I want to make him at least use whatever he has. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just not progressing very much. Because Jace can just, like, keep making me have bad draws or bouncing my creatures. Jace down. And then we'll pass the turn. Alright, that worked out. That worked out. I kind of forgot that you could equip this thing without like using its flurry ability. But that works out quite well. Okay. Get a Trumpeting Carnosaur. Okay. He played nothing, which makes me feel like he definitely has counter magic, because he didn't play a land. So like, what would he have in hand that he would want to just leave up all his mana for? Which sucks, because I would love to play a Trumpeting Carnosaur this turn, but tapping out for a 6-drop and having a counter just feels real bad, so we're not going to do that. Instead, I'm probably going to play Bone Crusher Kolagon's Command. So let's do... He knows about the Bone Crusher. How do I want to do this? I think I'm going to Kolagon's Command just main phase here to do... Destroy artifact, discard. Do it like that. Destroy his Mox, and then target player discards. Cast, you discard, destroy that artifact. Prowess, always heal to that. So, this will probably trigger whatever he has. He's guessing Brainstorm in response. That's fine. You can Brainstorm. That's actually kind of fine. Now, unless he has something else, he also just put himself off of casting his Brazen Borrower, right? And he needs double blue for it. So I guess that's fine. Does he have something else? This guy's been playing really weird this game. I don't know what's going on. Okay, just let it happen. He had Enduring Curiosity. And then, yeah, I will also go ahead and just play this Bone Crusher to get my Quarry Steel Cutter thing. And yes, I will give that one haste. And Bone Crusher will resolve. I guess I'm just going to attack everything. So let's go to combat. Attack for 6. And then next turn, I can either double Kellen activate, or I can play the Carnosaur finally. So he already used a Wrath. It's possible he has another one coming up, but if not, I'm feeling really good about this position. Even if he does, I'm feeling decent about the position, because I still get left with this Steel Cutter, and then I can immediately Carnosaur, and then whenever I discover into also gets cast, Steel Cutter makes another monk. Like, my recovery is not even that bad if he like Sunfalls or something here. That kind of sucks, actually, because now I can't cast my Carnosaur next turn. So he gets to look at my hand and exile the Carnosaur, and it costs 2 more to play from exile. Yikers. Unfortunate. Away it goes. And I'm pretty sure this is not one of the ones where it's like ability on the creature. It's just like forever. Yeah, so this is forever going to cost me 8 to play now. That's sucky. Right, so what we draw though. We draw a Broadside Bombardiers. That's a good one. That's a powerful card, I've heard. So I can either double activate this, he becomes a 3/2 double strike, or I can Bombardiers plus single activates, and then he just trades with whatever. I'm just going to play the Bombardiers, like so, and then I'm going to turn my creature sideways and see what my opponent does, and we'll decide from there what I'm going to do. I go ahead and go to combat here. And he has decided that the game is over. I concur. Right, that was game 1 fun of that match. I feel like that game could have been so much shorter, but my opponent just like kept holding priority at random times. Right, we just hit that 3-hour mark for stream, but I'm gonna finish this match out, and then maybe end it there. But I'll at least play the best 2 out of 3 that I'm in currently. Finish this out. Also, I feel like the light is like super bright all of a sudden. Maybe it's just because it's darker outside now than it was earlier. Is that better? I can't really tell. No, it kind of looks worse now. I'll just leave it like pointed up-ish. Yeah, it looks okay. Did I already submit? Yeah, okay, I just wait on my opponent still. This guy just loves taking his time doing everything. Not a bad way to live your life, though, you know? Smell the roses. Other idioms, I don't know. Is this not? It's really just super bright. Okay. Good enough, good enough. I wonder if my opponent's going to wait the whole 3 minutes that he has for sideboarding here. He's got 1 minute and 20 seconds left before he has to submit his deck. Also, I'm out of water, so this works out well for ending the stream. Wow. Well, while we're waiting on my opponent, I guess I'm gonna have another handful of peanuts here. This guy is maybe he has some like really secret like sideboard tech that I don't know about, and he's just like really contemplating. What the heck? Wait, does he have a different deck submission timer than I do? Oh, there we go. Okay. I feel like this guy either has like a really bad connection to the server, or like I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on. He's currently deciding whether or not he wants to play first. Wait, was that true? Wait, did he have a 42 card deck in game 1? Wait, I guess I can just look at the stream, huh? How do I rewind this? I don't know. You know what? It doesn't matter. That's... I really don't know what's going on. I feel like he didn't have a... I feel like he had a 40 card deck in game 1. Maybe I'm misremembering that. Maybe that's what he was doing. He was legitimately taking a long time to decide what to sideboard, and then he ran out of time, and it made him submit a deck with too many cards in it, because he was like putting cards in and didn't have enough time to take the cards out. Maybe I got this guy all wrong. Maybe he's a strategic genius who just ran out of time. Or maybe 42 is the answer to the universe, everything, and so on and so forth. I guess we're just gonna sit here until he times out, because it doesn't look like he's taking any game actions here. Wow. Did he just like disconnect from the server? What happened? I guess he didn't feel like playing anymore. Unfortunate. Well, I guess we could just sit here for the next 15 minutes is what he has on his timer until I win by default. But I guess I'm gonna end the stream there, since it seems useless to just sit here and wait for him to time out. I'm still gonna leave the game on. I'll take the free win, but you guys don't have to watch it. Nice. We take those. As I said, because Vintage Cube is up, and because I love it so much, we are going to be doing only Vintage Cube, at least this week. I don't know. Maybe Sunday we'll get back to Minecraft, but definitely tomorrow, more Vintage Cube. More. So that'll be fun. I'll probably finish out my matches for this deck, and maybe we'll start stream tomorrow by drafting a fresh deck. Or maybe I could also just wait. I guess it doesn't matter. Maybe I'll just wait. I'll wait after I close stream here. I'll wait for this to time out, and then I'll have 2 matches left for this deck, right? Because this is my first. I think it's my first match. Yeah. So I'll have 2 matches left, and we'll start stream tomorrow by playing out those last 2 matches, and then it'll work out nicely. Then we'll have those 2 matches, and then we'll have enough time to draft a new deck and play the 3 matches for that deck. So. That all being said, thank you guys all so much for watching. Everyone who joined, appreciate you guys. We're gonna call things there though, since our opponent is he's taking a nap somewhere. So I'd rather not wake him. We're just gonna let it be for there. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. Eastern, and thank you guys for watching. Take care, everyone.